Donkey Kong is finally back with Donkey Kong Bananza, and yes, I 100%ed it. I found all 777 Bananium Gems, all 696 fossils, collected all 110 music discs, bought and unlocked every single clothing piece in the game, beat the main story, got the secret ending, finished all Bananza rehearsals, completed all 108 challenge ruins, and fully maxed out Donkey Kong skill tree. This was one hell of a collectathon, but an extremely fun one. Come along with me on this journey, together with DK and Pauline, to dive into the deepest of depths, and eventually reach the surface to make Donkey Kong's and Pauline's dream come true. Please enjoy. Getting absolutely jump scared to oblivion with this difficulty settings pop up, I of course chose the standard way to play. And over on Ingot Isle, we get a bunch of monkeys digging up gold, but in the deeper depths, we find it. Yes, oh my god, it can't be! It's Donkey Kong! Seriously, I can't believe he's actually back. I know, he has a beautiful Bananium Gem looking up on him, and the first one we will obtain. By punching 3 times, we obtain it, and ooh, banana! After breaking all this gold and having fun smashing things, I found this Bananium chip, but wasn't sure what I could do with it yet. Breaking through this middle bit, we arrive at the banana mining site. We meet this monkey who can't believe his eyes. He tells me that there may be more Bananium Gems up ahead from the mine. I break these boxes and they gave me even more Bananium chips. I really wonder what I can do with these. So this monkey over here, he has found himself a Whopper. Well, hey buddy, that's great. But we found ourselves another Bananium Gem. Punching down, we find this weird looking machine. We dive punch it and a big area opens with a bunch of gold. Now by pressing the R1 button, we can do a hand slap, which makes collecting items much easier. It kinda works like a magnet, but it also detects hidden Bananium Gems, like this one. Oh, and wonder why Donkey Kong eats up those Bananium Gem parts? Well, you'll find out soon enough, because those are very important. Breaking through here, we find our first enemy, or well, monsters. Helping out the monkey, he tells me that there's a big bunch of bananas up ahead. And yes, I already broke like 20% of all that gold, because man, breaking all these gold walls is just so satisfying and fun. So yeah, I pretty much cleared the entire floor. Just 10 minutes in and I'm having the time of my life. Anyway, it was finally time to collect our first bunch of Bananium Gems, or, well, so I thought, because what the hell is going on? Who are those guys? Wait, Donkey Kong, no! This giant meteor impales Ingot Isle, and it's all gone. Is he dead? Oh no, thank God he's alive. No, he's dead! Oh wait, no, he's okay. He's still alive, but where the hell are we though? Definitely hearing some screaming further on. Making my way through these tunnels, I find out that Ingot Isle isn't destroyed and we are at sub-layer 10? This is really strange, and what the hell is it falling from the sky? Making my way through the terrain, I hop into this barrel and blast my way up to these thorns. I really shouldn't punch those, but by tearing off a piece of stone, there's no way you can stop Donkey Kong at that point. Now getting up at this barrel, we hit a little roadblock. For the next one, it isn't working. Some sort of hard metal flowed out of a gizmo and sealed it all up tight. Not being able to break it with our bare fists, we have to find a way to get rid of this hard metal substance. Going down this crater, there is some odd rock. We tear it out of the ground and it sulks? What the fuck? And it's very stressed for some reason, and there's voice acting in a Donkey Kong game? Well, there will be more, but I'll tell you that much. Fighting off all these enemies around, it is scared of us for some reason, but we reason with it by whistling, because, well, it obviously just fucks with rhythm. So now he wants to go with us. He breaks DK's back, and you think that you're coming with us if you're breaking my boy DK's back. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, you can fuck off. And apparently, the Oddrock is a narcissist and does not give a flying shit about the call I just made. But we can use his powers, but like we need that. Have you seen what Donkey Kong is capable of? Anyway, we climb this wall and head back to the gizmo, and well, we break this barrier by whistling. So maybe the Oddrock is quite a nice fella. Anyway, by punching it now 3 times, we can unlock it and make our way up to the heart of Ingot Isle, which is Baboom Town. And on my way over there, I found a disc, which is very important for the 100% completion, so it's nice that I found that along the way. Now this monkey asks for my help to find all bananas, and of course, I'm willing to help. It gives me a clue that one might be over on the top of the banana mine. Making my way over there, I sensed that something wasn't in the right place. Things just couldn't be smooth sailing like this. It just simply couldn't. Oh, but well, that looks interesting. A gold fossil? What the fuck is that? Well, it's nothing. It's a stupid game. That was like the simplest boss fight I've seen in my life. Is this what I'm fighting? Man, this has to be a joke. Breaking this odd-looking monkey's face, everything just explodes. And Odd Rock, once again, breaks DK's back. But no, it can't be a triple banana! And the title card, baby, Donkey Kong Bananza. Oh wow, if the bosses are going to be like this game is going to be a cakewalk. Now look at that. Lagoon Layer, being sub-layer 100, like Odd Rock said, looks absolutely beautiful. And look right there, our actual first bunch of Bananium Gems, and I think that DK may be a little more excited than I am. And with that, we earned a skill points, and yes, this is our use for our Bananium Gems. We get these skill points, which we can use to get Donkey Kong much stronger, like increases health, his sponge power, increases number of apple juice cans? We will probably learn more about those soon. We can increase his sonar, but also make him learn new abilities like charge slap or spin jump, and even surfing on water. Yeah, this is gonna be epic. Oh, and we can also get costumes later for Donkey Kong. Right now he has his classic tie and, well, he's naked. But as the game says, there's nothing to be ashamed of, DK. You're okay with being naked. We're all born naked. There's nothing wrong with it, boy. Keep those pants off. So Lagoon Layer looks beautiful, and luckily the game has this handy dandy progression checklist, so we know exactly how close we are to 100%. And it appears that there are a total of 72 fossils and 26 Bananium Gems on Lagoon Layer. Now, I will spoil this much. I will not be getting every collectible for every location in an instant. I will first progress the story and will later on go for more specific optional collectibles. But it is not going to be easy once we get there, but that's a worry for later. Right now, we should enjoy ourselves a little, beat up this flying beetle, get this fossil that we can trade for cosmetics over at shops. I find another fossil and even a balloon. I love this so much so far. So many little things coming back from the older games. Now this over here are explosive bombs. So we take a chunk and we throw one and boom. Sadly it does not affect metal though. But this weaker bit was absolutely no match for it. And that's nice indeed. Finding 2 more fossils, taking down another one of these weird bosses, I also find another music disc. That's great, because 110 of them is quite a lot, so having already found 2 is some nice progression. Breaking this weird thing again, sub-layer 101, and 3 more Bananium Gems. And on sub-layer 101, we find a little fishing village, and here we can shop for clothing. For 5 fossils, we can buy the swimming bridges that apparently also have a level to it, unlike the red bridges. Anyway, it increases our swimming speed by 15%, so I'll gladly take it. Upgrading it will cost us 10 fossils, but that's not on our to-do list right now. We need to help these monkeys out with their water because it ain't flowing. I got 1 pillar down, but before being able to head to the second, the game threw so many surprises at me. Because before that I found a Bananium Gem and upgraded DK Sonar, and also ended up in this time to battle getting me another Bananium Gem. And Jesus, this game throws a lot of different things on you while heading to main objectives. I broke another ugly face and got another 3 Bananium Gems. But you gotta keep in mind though, this adds 3 Bananium points towards the 5 for a skill point. It does not count 3 extra in the actual Bananium Gem completion. And the game loves surprises because Lagoon Layer now has 41 Bananium Gems instead of 27. Because I found another sub-layer. But wait. Will that mean that just like Mario Odyssey, there will be even more post-game content? Well, who knows? But we come across this old Kong, may think we can get him his Bananza. I just think he suffers from Alzheimer's, but guess I'll help this stupid grandma with this. Whoa, what is this? Okay, we're holding a Bananza or something. This looks kind of fire. Let's do this thing, Odd Rock. Wait, what? A little girl got out of the rock. But who are you? Okay, she's like really nervous to sing, like really nervous to sing. Are you gonna sing? God, this is more humiliating than if I would sing. Just start singing something. Let's get some groove on here. Come on, let's go. Alright. She's gonna do it? Holy shit. Kong Bananza! Gramps and this little kid making me go absolutely Super Saiyan. Oh, damn yeah. And I knew she looked familiar. That's Pauline. Wait, did DK not kidnap her in like the 80s? Who cares? This has to be the most fire shit I've seen in gaming, so I guess we can let it slide. Grandpa tells us to get home we must go even deeper, all the way to the planet's core. Pauline disagrees, but Gramps is a wise elder. He drops us some knowledge, and Gramps says that everything from this point should make things smooth sailing thanks to the Kong Bananza. Guess I'll take it with me. Not sure if it all will be true though, but hey, you got banana stuck in your beard, mate. I trust you. And Pauline is now our friend. Oh shit, and who is she? They got presidents running in Donkey Kong? Anyway, having the ability to go absolutely bananas, I can just smash through this wall and continue our journey. And Donkey Kong is unstoppable. Look at him go plowing through all these walls. This stupid wall right here. Get out of here! And off we go to sub-layer 102. Adding an extra 5 Bananium Gems to the collection. And oh my god, this game is going to be so much collecting. But, oh, I'm looking forward to it. By singing at this sort of shrine-looking thing, we can enter it by going into Bananza form, and we will get this extremely fun obstacle course, and we can finally enjoy the full song from DK's Bananza form, because his form won't end in this area. Just listen to that for a second. It's such a banger! After finding all balloons, I got a Bananium Gem, but I can find a total of 3 Bananium Gems in this area, so I can find 2 more. But we shall do that later though. My first goal is to get through the main story. Making my way through all these stupid octopuses, the music intensifies. What could possibly be up ahead that is... Oh damn. This is the president? Wow, what a ugly looking retard. This evil bastard sends Grumpy into his fight and... Jesus, what the fuck is this? Oh no, not these annoying things. Well, with this boss fight actually not being too hard, I died once. Yeah, shame on me. I killed it and we broke the weird thing, which brought us to a dance party? It gave us some encouragement to go to the next layer. This game is full of surprises so far, and I sense that they're only going to be much better the more we carry on. And oh yeah, I forgot to even give DK some pants. Yeah, how awful of me. I know. But they do be looking good. God damn! Going down to the next layer, we are all the way to the Hilltop Layer, which is sub-layer 200. How deep will we go in this game? I am really wondering that right now. Anyway, getting our first 5 Bananiums in one bunch, we can start upgrading things even for Kong Bananza. And if my eyes aren't deceiving me, there looks to be 4 more different upgrade paths. Would that mean we could get even more insane crazy Kong powers? Well, who knows? But in Hilltop Layer we meet these fellers called Fractones. I think they look really cute. Pauline, you were a rock too, you know that? You don't suffer from Alzheimer's as well, right? Now here they have more than just a fossil shop. They also have someone selling me a banana for 10 Bananium chips. And sure, I guess also some paying fees. Greedy fuck. Wait, another? I can buy more? Sure, I guess. And it did not count. Okay, good to know. Buying another one is just for banana points for the skills. So, bye-bye to you. And we have this stuff shop selling us, as he implies, stuff for gold. Looking for all interesting items, I thought that balloons could actually get in handy. So I bought 20 of them and headed on. turf surfing my way to the destination, this little ugly gremlin has once again fortified something up. Heading all the way up here by chunk jumping, we take it down. And also, Pauline once again mentions she is scared of singing in front of everyone. So how much y'all wanna bet that this game, in the end, like the most beautiful Disney ending ever or something like that? Not that I would dislike it though, it's just giving that kind of vibe. Like, Pauline loves singing, but not for the crowd. Pauline goes through multiple stages of not wanting to until everyone cheers her on, and boom, everyone is happy again, and I think it would be an awesome ending nonetheless. Heading back, I want to do one of those timed little challenges again where we can earn 3 Bananium Gems and can earn at least 2 if we make it in 40 seconds. I thought, meh, won't be that hard. I didn't die once, or twice, or thrice, or quadruple, or the times or 5 guys. You know, this shit was unfucking bearable. Do I just really suck? Yes. Did I finally do it after 35 minutes? Well, yes, of course I did. I didn't give up. That is something I will never do. You're watching the Arctic High School channel after all. Finding the other Bananium Gem behind this wall, I at last got all 3 from this level. Man, I was struggling with this. I am quite scared for what the future can hold for us. Taxes! If you want to continue, these greedy dicks won't help us unless we pay. Yeah, maybe they are cute, but they are really fucking greedy. Never mind, I guess 2,999 gold is affordable. As I say, affordable. Not cheap, alright? Alright, but luckily we ain't poor and we can demolish it. So it is time to go even deeper. And we'll do one of these later. Sounds like Donkey Kong is also not really feeling it. All jokes aside, this face and music surrounding it is genuinely creepy. I really don't like this void guy. Off to the next layer, Pauline mentions her singing anxiety once again. I am without a doubt still saying this will end like I said it will end like. Anyway, layer 300. Man, we are going deep. And are heading on a minecart. Donkey Kong fans are eating right now, my god! Now breaking all these walls to get over to this Bananium Gem, I realized that Donkey Kong was getting weaker as the terrain became stronger, so focusing on DK's sponge power is most likely our best option right now. Having a stupid amount of fun exploring, finding fossils and Bananium Gems, it was time to head over to the village though. And they tell us that we can head over to the Bananium Refinery by heading to this minecart. Once arrived, go get our way over to the top, and breaking through here, we once again meet Grumpy Kong, and wow, that was stupidly easy. Like, okay, so much for Grumpy Kong. Maybe should have smiled more through life. Dumbass breaking Void's ugly face becoming more satisfying every time we do it. We head to sub-layer 301, which took me by surprise. The first second I dropped in, look at this world! Only Void is planning on ruining it all, because apparently he tampered with the mixer and it may explode sooner or later, so we must put a stop to this. We can jump over this laser, but these 3, yeah, not possible. But we can grab this soft dirt and make ourselves a little wall so we can jump over them, heading to another minecart section. This time we can throw bombs, and I threw a couple at this Triceratops fossil to obtain it, so that is very nice to have completed, because that's one of the extra rare fossils we can find. But I quickly want to just tell you, there are a total of 174 fossils on this map alone. God, what am I putting myself up to? Anyway, after some minecart madness and beating up some baddies, we got to the refinery. There we are fighting the mad mixer, and with throwing a bunch of bombs at it, we killed it relatively quickly. Climbing back up out of the refinery, we found another village and meet another greedy old hunter. I was skeptical at first, but he must be important towards completion, so here goes nothing. That costs about 2k, not too bad for 3 Bananium Gems, but to be honest, no fucking way! Is that Rambi the Rhino with Cranky Kong? Honestly, I had to process this real quickly. I mean, I just saw a tree give me 3 gem like bananas, and now these motherfuckers just come along. He still has the old jokes in him. This is phenomenal. He even hands me a banana! Dude, please don't fucking perish. That back of yours is really getting worse and worse, the arch. Can't help with that though, so it is time to go to the smokestack. Making my way up, we are able to demolish his block for 600 gold. And we do not enter the smokestacks. No, we get an extra banana for fighting some dudes. This time actually completely heading to the top and having the time of my life beating the absolute living shit out of Void's scrummy, disgusting face. Seriously, the moment we actually get to him, I will shower him in coconut cream pie. Mark my words, pal. But you have another word to mark, because this eerie vibe with a ledge can't mean anything good, right? Yeah, I guess my instinct is pretty solid. But yeah, the fight didn't mean too much. We took it down pretty quickly, having another dance party, and we're on to the next layer. Seriously, so far this game is just so happy, joyful, and beautifully designed. Except for that disgusting the divide. Sublayer 400. And once again, I am just breathtaken by the atmosphere, sound design, and overall quality. This is truly the 3D platformer Donkey Kong needed. It's simple yet so advanced, and I know I'm 100%ing the game. I gotta keep some pacing, but this little attention to detail was just too good not to mention. Unlike every other video game, when a character's on the ledge, they stay there for hours on end, just in that animation of almost falling. But Donkey Kong is no fool. He just casually steps back. Just look at him, not being a goddamn moron. I don't know what it is, but details like that make a game feel breathing, and I just really like it. But don't tease him too much though. Before we head on though, we will first be upgrading DK's strength, since that is most important for this area. Its terrain level went up by another star, and I was struggling lightly with the last layer, so it is important that we keep focusing on DK's strength. Moving further, we have to choose a path direction, either the forest or the snow. And I thought we should first head through the snow, because we will without a doubt head to the jungle later, and I want to save the best for last. Moving through the snow, we beat up Void's ugly face and go all the way to sublayer 500. Welcome to the freezer layer. Having fun once again, just exploring around, breaking things and finding some collectibles, I looked into the further distance and saw the cooling tower. My guess is that's probably making everything so windy right now. Making my way down here, we find this zebra, who I think is not too happy about the weather. He asks if we can help him investigate the deep freeze and see if there's anything we can do by this bridge. We find another zebra who asks if we can check out the problem over at the freezing tower. So heading my way over there, never mind, we fall through the bridge. I climbed back up and saw these zebras running around on this bridge. But Donkey Kong is just a little too heavy and just falls right through. I guess we gotta find a way around. Going through this lava cave that wasn't all too difficult. Moving forward, we once again find this metallic sludge. We get rid of it and pack a punch. Skating over the ice, we must find Gramps again. Along the way, I also learned jump shot and found a music disc, and once again saw a face only a mother could love. By breaking it, we enter sublayer 501. Here we have to pass this huge lava area. First though, I head into our first 2D section, where we just beat up 4 enemies and get a Bananium Gem. Surfing on ice, we can pass the lava here, and throwing some blocks at this wall, we can safely climb it. And we once again meet up with Gramp, but he's a zebra now. Well, okay, sure, why the hell not? We tell him that we are heading to the planet Core. He tells us that his bananas were stolen by Poppy Kong? But this time, to help the Elder out, we don't just need one record piece, we need 3 separate ones. So I gathered all 3, and these were not simply handed to me. There was definitely some slight puzzle solving. It wasn't like insanely deep, but I really liked that. It felt less like fetching and more like 3 little mini missions. Anyway, once all 3 were combined, we once again jammed out with Pauline, but once again, she was afraid of singing. So what do? We encourage her, baby, slapping those big fucking monkey chests. And yes, she screams, "Hello, baby." Zebra Bananza, you are reading that right. Donkey Kong turns into a bloody zebra and Gramps is once again vibing with us. We learned that the Zebra Bananza lets us run over any terrain and makes us fast as fuck! Now with the Zebra Bananza, there should be no problem heading over to the cooling tower. So we head back to Sublayer 500 and this time we can cross the bridge. But before I head on though, I first do this little challenge where we can gather 3 Bananium Gems. We basically play TNT run here and I collect all 3. Heading over to the top, we enter the cooling tower and meet Poppy Kong. Now she becomes invisible and just disappears. Well, not completely. She disappears to the naked eye, but being a dumb monkey, she runs into this wall, revealing herself, making us able to deal some nice damage onto her. By using the Bananza, original DK Bananza power, we killed her in less than a minute. Apart from the phenomenal game this is, the boss fights are pretty simple. At least, she is honest and hands us the key. Anyway, we get rid of this lava to reach the lower tower, demolish this wall for 500 gold to be able to go from the village into the cooling tower and vice versa. We break the ugly void crystal thingy-majig and enter sublayer 502. We upgrade DK's punch power and head towards the source causing the heat. But before that, I got caught up with another one of these sub-levels with 3 possible collectible bananas. Yeah, I get it. I was going to do them at the end later on, but I just can't keep my hands off of them. They're just so fun and rewarding to complete. But I did mess this part up. I tried fixing it, but DK's big, strong arms don't push blocks, they break them. So by just starting over, I got the second banana. But of course, the third one is hidden in some way. So I first got rid of all the snow. That triggered nothing. Second, I genuinely just didn't know how to get that third banana. I broke all the concrete. And after that, I broke all the lanterns. Seriously, I smashed everything. I simply couldn't figure out where this last hidden Bananium Gem was. If I can't figure out this one, how long will it take me to get all of them? Now, I was quickly reconsidering my life choices. I was thinking real, and I mean real hard. Where the hell is that dumb last banana? Where could it ever possibly be? So I decided to start over again. Maybe I had to do something before triggering the first 2 bananas. Well, no I did not. Donkey Kong can climb these fucking walls. Oh! Anyway, it is back to the main story. Heading through this lava with ice, we arrive at the heat source. Heading in, we find this inflamonite. And not willing to waste your time, it was easy as balls. Kinda expected it at this point. I did fear though that maybe in the future we might find someone that could be a bit more dangerous to us than all these fellas. And no, I'm not talking about Void. Because look at his stupid face. Are we seriously afraid of this? Anyway, DK and Pauline once again have a beautiful dance party, and it's off to the next layer. But whoa, hold your horses before we head there, pal. I bought this Dig Tea Neckerchief, which restores our banana energy as we destroy terrain. Now heading to sublayer 700, Pauline lies about Poppy's boss fight, and I welcome you to the junction. Or well, maybe you're better off calling the Void. Because as Pauline implies, everything has been voided out. And yeah, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that is not under Void's control in this layer. Anyway, we do by now know how to get rid of it, so we do that real quick. But now heading over to the other side of the junction, we must again get rid of all the metal from Void. Only we can't, because we cannot fly over to the other side, because Donkey Kong can't fucking fly now, can he? And there are no barrels around. So we must teleport to head back over to the divide, and this time go to the jungle layer, and maybe we can learn to fly over there. I know that kind of sounds stupid, but we gotta trust our instincts, you know that? That's what a wise soldier once said. So we are in sublayer 600, where we arrive in the forest layer, and this is what I would call the home for Donkey Kong. But the game does not agree, because well, yes, this is not actually his home, but it does hit a little home. That's all. Anyway, we meet these ostriches and they tell us to head toward the Eggshell Hotel. Hey, it's like with the nuts from Skyline and the Strep team. I seriously instantly thought of that. This is not scripted. I threw these nuts and I was like, wait, hold on, I'm back in 2014. Anyway, I continue on, find a music disc, and head over to this little town over here. And except for continuing the story, I wanted to do just one more challenge. Seriously, can you blame me? Anyway, we enter Bramble Country? Yeah! When we get hit with a certain song, I had to stand still for just a second because, well, it's Sticker Brush Symphony. Well, in a little modernized way. Probably the most beautiful song mankind has ever heard. Okay, enough glazing. We actually dodge bees and fire through barrels. Seriously, Nintendo, this can make any person cry. It is beautiful. We quickly get all 3 bananas, though it is, of course, not as hard as the original. But also kind of thank God it ain't that hard. But with a huge stupid smile on my face, I was excited to continue on the main story. We must head to the top of this big tree. And as we do, I die. Because of course I do. But the second try I did it and blasted my way toward the Eggshell Hotel. And meet another elder. Now before speaking with him, I upgraded my hearts to 4. Or him, I am sincerely sorry, ma'am. It's a grandma. She informs us that she is the manager of this establishment, and wow, to my surprise, she's also a DJ nowadays, so what a goddamn coincidence. The elderlies are truly coming along with the time, huh? Now the assholes from the Void Company checked in at their hotel and spread a bunch of poison around, and of course, she's willing to give us her Bananza power. The Ostrich Bananza, but to obtain it, we only have to find 2 pieces this time. Oh wait, hold on, that's actually not that bad. And also being pretty easy to obtain. We get the first one, now off to the second one, where I, yes, without a doubt, did not get distracted by another challenge, and I did not have an absolute blast collecting 3 more Bananium Gems and upgrading my hearts to 5. No, I did not do that. Getting the second one, we return it, and once again, the crowd goes wild. We encourage Pauline, of course, with our beautiful drum beat, and she screams, giving us the Ostrich Bananza, having everyone going crazy once again, even Grandmama. And we get thought that we can now fly with Ostrich Bananza, which is sick, because we can now fly up here, up these barrels, get this key, and beat up Void's ugly fucking face. Seriously, it never gets old. And with that, we can head to sublayer 601. Flying across all this poison, we break this poison plant to lower its level. We once again fly over to the rest of the poison and break the next plant, lowering its level even further. Just one more to go. And once there, we completely lowered it and get a beautiful zoom in on a not so beautiful face. Now in sublayer 602, there's a foul flora making all of these thorns and poison. So by breaking through it all, we reach the core, break these thorns, but we don't break Void's face because this Acrobajabby thingy attacks us and holds the Void thingy in its head. And we get this somewhat difficult fight where we have to dodge incoming vines and poison, so I die this time. Anyway, we try again, this time knowing exactly what I die again. Alright, Jesus, it really isn't that hard. Just using the ostrich to basically skip the whole fight. Yeah, I did it after dying 3 times. So now it was time to first hit a beautiful dance again, and then head back to sublayer 700, aka the junction. So falling from the sky, we land on the other side of the junction. We apparently didn't even have to fly towards it. It was just split through 2 different layers. So we break the gizmo, get rid of Void's metallic junk, get a bridge combining the 2 islands, and now the battle you have been waiting for. It was time to beat that Void's Kong's fucking teeth in. Oh, I can't wait to finally make that face of his even uglier, beating him into pieces. Here goes. They seem to be mining for fuel, but pal, you're a little late for that. Oh shit, what? How does this cunt even have fuel? He just said... Oh, come on, so that dipshit got away, but there's no way in hell we'll let him get away for much longer. We hop into the eel and head to Hilltop Layer because that is apparently where he was headed to. So sub layer 200, that's a while back, and oh my god. I'm seeing his face, that's him, isn't it? And look at the amount of bananas here. You are fucked, buddy. He sends out all sorts of crazy things at us we've seen in the past with this remote. But they're quite easy to dodge, but we do very little damage to Void. Trust me, I had no trouble or problems with lowering that though. Sadly, halfway through, the fucker ran off again. Fight us like a real monkey, you gross gremlin. So it was once again after him. Having now headed all the way back to the top, sub-layer 101, it is time to hand over those bananas, pal. Now he was going even crazier with that remote of his this time. I had to die twice. But I realized we had to use the same psychology. If he uses the items from the past, we must use the terrain from the past. So using these to scorch through the vines and using all the terrain to my advantage, throwing chunks at the weirdo. What do you mean? God damn it, alright, he got away again! We're gonna find him again! He went all the way back to the junction. So it's time to take him down. Once and for all, third time must be the charm. And yes, Wei, punching him multiple times and giving him my own final blow. I guess he did the same because this gremlin piece of shit just won't die. And now even Pauline is breaking DK's back. Everything is going downhill. Void says that Pauline has a special power? But that she doesn't even know it herself. And because of that, she won't be able to make her wish come true on the planet core. So the whole crew got away again, but there's no way we are stopping now, so we must go forward. Heading even deeper towards sub-layer 800, name of location, Resort Layer. I quickly upgraded my sonar and it was time to start uncovering the secrets of the Resort Layer. Now this weird rainbow cloudy crystal type of material, well, we could grab it and we start flying and pretty damn high. So without a doubt, these will be useful in the future. Now some strange dirt piles stopped by the big watermelon, so we must find a way to climb the watermelon and investigate what's up. I started hunting down some fossils with my new sonar range, and I may or may not have thought that it couldn't hurt to just do one more challenge room. In this one, I ice skated and bounced my way through, got my first banana, then used these bomb rocks to break the vines and got the second banana. And I quickly figured out that when I wait for the platforms to despawn, it loops 2 times, and I can get the third banana. Alright, time to climb that big watermelon. We cross this bridge, fly our way up there, and then collect some Bananium Gems. Quickly after, we get to the top of the big watermelon, and from the top of there, we smash a huge hole into the watermelon. But that isn't enough, so we dig deeper and get to the next big layer, sub-layer 900, the Tempest layer. Now, I'm less of a fan of this one. It feels grimy and honestly a little terrifying, but maybe we can cheer this place up a little. We meet this elephant who is actually pretty happy with the weather. And we are being told that we must meet their elder because she knows all about the weather. Once we arrive there, we meet the elephant elder with bananas as tusks. This game can't get crazier, can it? And of course, she's a DJ. That was quite a surprise, huh? Now we mentioned to her the planet core and she wants to teach us a new Bananza, which is the elephant Bananza. But guess what? She can't get her groove on, so we must get the ancient record. And this time, it is not in pieces just like the first one, it's just one big piece. And it appears that it's hidden over in that cave over there. Making our way down there, with the help from the ostrich banana, by far my favorite one so far, the music and ability wise. It appears that the altar we need, the caldera altar, has sunk right into the lava. And of course, one of those gizmo thingy-majigs is behind it. So we make our way over to it and break it, causing the altar to rise. But this sinister blusterwing had eaten up the record piece. What a goddamn dipshit, but it was easy to take down. But of course he spits out the pieces in shards and then he flees, making us have to chase after him. So sub-layer 901, this elephant teaches me how to avoid the raining fiery stuff. We are safe on grass, he says, and we can use chunks as umbrellas. Using chunks as a zipline, I found my way toward the first record piece, and placing it in, I was thinking, right, where is that blusterwing? Well, it'll probably stay gone, right? So after finding the last record piece, once I located it, I picked it up and it was time to pop off once again. Disc is spinning and here we go once again, baby. We hit Pauline with a sick ass beat with our chest and she believes and screams. I seriously can't take this seriously. Donkey Kong is a goddamn elephant and once again everybody is just jamming out. Now with the elephant bonanza we can suck up 5 chunks with our trunk and we can use those 5 chunks whenever we please. As long as we're in elephant form, of course. Now the elephant grandmama tells us that there is a 99% chance that we will find the Bananium roots. Not sure what that means, but I'm sure we'll find out. Yeah, Pauline also doesn't get it, and Grandmama is like, y'all even know what you're signing up for? Now the Bananium root is apparently what we're actually looking for, the power to grant wishes. With it, we can make any wish we want come true. Her giving us some beautiful motivation, it is time to make our wishes come true, and get to that Bananium root. Heading back down, we need to find a key to head to the next sub-layer. With Elephant Bonanza, we can suck up all this lava and eventually find the key in this tornado. By sucking it out, we can continue on. Wait, no, this is no sub-layer, it's this fucker again, but thanks to the Elephant Bonanza, even this molten gold is no match for the... Are you fucking kidding me? What? Do the bosses just constantly run or something? Well, guess we'll kill him in sub-layer 902 then, but first we buy our last punch power upgrade, so Donkey Kong can now break everything that is breakable. Anyway, the Bluster Ring was apparently an invention by the elephants, but the Void dipshit decided to completely mind control it and make it an enemy. That's not cool, dude. What the fuck? Anyway, we head up here, we get rid of this lava for a banana and get struck by lightning. Staying mobile so I don't get hit again, because we really can't afford that right now. I do make my way safe over to these platforms, jumping forward, flying up here, and making my way toward the zip line. I lower in and move on to the Stormy Station stoop. Here I take down this gizmo, fly my way up all the way to the top just to jump down again and finally beat that ugly goddamn sinister Bluster Wing. It was a tougher battle this time, but by just throwing a bunch of chunks at him, we pushed through the storm and beat that ugly face out of his mouth. Ah, look at that. That's the original Bluster Wing right there. Be happy and fly off, my friend. Go back to your family. And now, we finally head to the next layer. Now, this Church of Lava Layers was a crazy one, but may have just given us the coolest abilities Bonanza power-up yet. But before we head on to the next layer, I decided to buy this yellow Tempest coat for Pauline. This way our Elephant Bonanza is increased by 40%. And I got Donkey Kong some sick-ass blue pinkish fur because, well, why the hell not? Look at them. This is what I call style, my friend. Anyway, heading down to sub-layer 1000, where we are at Landfill Layer. It's open and empty. But Pauline hears something below us, so it's best if we go check it out, of course. And down here, we meet this cute little fellow who digs like a mafioso. In less than a minute, we made it to the deeper levels, and it's called the Upper Pit. Whatever, again, same thing, getting us to the middle pit. I went down and found a Bananium Gem, granting us another skill point, and I decided to upgrade our collecting range 2 times. And maybe do a quick Elephant City Smash challenge. I mean, try to blame me. Serious? You just can't. Listen to that song, by the way. So I broke down this entire building and we get 2 Bananium Gems because I did it in under 40 seconds. I grabbed some boom chunks, did 1 chunk jump up here, blew this concrete up, and got all 3 Bananium Gems. We're going even further down, where we reach the lower pit. From there, we meet our little friend again, and he leads us to a village made of trash, called Trashtopia. Wow, okay. I'll buy a quick Bananium Gem and we'll find one of those things again. By breaking it, we go even deeper and see a familiar face. It's Grumpy once again, and what the hell is he doing with that? Oh, wow, that's weak. He's just doing the same fight. It was a little rougher this time, but using the elephant, it's a cakewalk. Seriously, you can do half his HP in the first 3 seconds of the fight. It's honestly just hilarious. Anyway, DK and Pauline kick off some sick-ass dance moves, and you know why, because they just got that groove. And it's off to the next layer. The Racing Layer. Sub-layer 1100, or as the fancy people say, 1100. What is the Racing Layer supposed to mean? It looks like we are in a big tournament or something. And it appears that the folk around here are from Ingot Isle, but they were blown over here by the vortex we saw in the beginning. And even though they're stressed, they decided to cheer themselves up by organizing the Ramby Rumble. Wait, no, you do not mean Ramby the Rhino, right? That can't be. And it appears that Dixie and Diddy are the hosts of this show. Oh, and they mentioned Candy Kong. Okay, well, I gotta slow down. Hold on. Nintendo know what the fuck they're doing though here. Oh my god, seriously, this game can't get better. This has to be the peak of it all. It really fucking isn't. Of course, Diddy mentions that we are a pro at riding on Ramby. I mean, have you seen this man go in the 90s? Anyway, they say there has barely been any competition for them lately. So they decided we do a 2v2. Pauline and DK versus Diddy and Dixie. Of course, I was ready. Before they knew it, they were gonna get their teeth bashed in. Quickly learning the mechanics, I knew this is something they have no shot at winning. So it was time to start the race, and I was biting my nails, thinking maybe I was wrong. Staying in last place the first and the second lap. But the last lap, I must just lock in. And I was slowly catching up towards the finish. And I take this huge boost at the end, putting me in first. Rocket boosting over the finish line, making Pauline and DK the winners of the Ramby Rumble. Now we can use the winner's podium to launch ourselves toward the trophy. And Pauline says,
"Really, Void? Even here?"
And I completely agree. This little gremlin just doesn't know when to stop. But we're putting a stop to him. And to put a stop to him, we must head on to the next layer, being sub-layer 1200, the Radiance Layer. And all the way down here we find this scorpion that we can just not attack for some reason. But it probably has to do with the void. And oh no, they just stonify instantly under sunlight. So I saved this little snake. Of course, Void is behind it and stole their precious light source. God damn it, I hate this guy. Now with the Kong Bananza, we take down all these pillars. By doing so, the light starts shining and we take down all the foolish enemies. With the key, we break the ugly face again and head to sub-layer 1201. Now to get up here, we need springs, but we don't have those. So yes, we once again need to meet up with their elder to, of course, get ourselves another Bananza power. Making my way over to their elder, and apparently we're known now. I guess the elders have contact with each other. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, no, I just keep taking the words out of their mouths. And oh my god, he's also a DJ! What a goddamn surprise! So of course we must get 4 pieces of the ancient record. Alright. We find one in this cave over here, the second one is in this dark cave with scorpions, the third one is down this electrifying pillar. And last but definitely not least, we break 2 pillars, bring a scorpion to sunlight, grab his body to bring it back to the shadow to get this reinforced rock. Which gives us the ability to go completely through this zipline course without the chunk breaking. Once at the end, we grab the last piece. And it's time to jam out to another He Said It! And look who's confident all of a sudden in giving her the beat. We get the Snake Bananza, baby. And oh yeah, these just never get old. The Snake Bananza lets us jump really high and lets us slow down time for a short period of time. The wise elderly snakes informs us that these golden roots are actually part of the Bananium root itself. They say these roots, these golden things we've been breaking through the entire game, actually come from the planet core. Some of them may even have grown all the way up to the surface. That is quite incredible. But his intuition says something may have gone sideways, because there haven't been any roots growing for quite some time. So Pauline, we must get to that planet core ASAP! So it's time to quickly head to the next sub-layer. Getting the key with the Snake Bananza, we head to sub-layer 1202. And I also got my sonar to level 3, completely maxed out now. This is gonna be very helpful for finding all the Bananium Gems and all of the fossils in the future. But first, we must head to the center of the tower below us, and from there head to the top floor to restart the synthetic sun. So we climb the tower with the snake Bananza, and once up there, we break the gizmo with the big snake jump. We can beat these baddies up by breaking the glowstone above them, obtain the key, flip the switch, and get a big ray of sunshine through all the Radiance Layer. Now we can head through this door and enter the solar control tower. We built a bridge here and it's off to the next sub-layer. Or well, so I thought. Because Look was back, and this time, she was lesser of a fool. No worries though, I was the fool here. I didn't use Snake Bananza, so when I did, I just slowed down time 3 times, and she was fucked. Genuinely, nobody's a match for Donkey Kong. Come on, what are you even trying? And then Poppy just completely flips the script and just says, Void Kong is actually an asshole. Or, well, that's not actually what she said, but... Well, still, we need to reach that planet core, so whatever you say, Miss Poppy, I just couldn't give a single flying fuck. Anyway, sub-layer 1203, and we are in the biggest sunlight ever, like... Ugh, it's bright! But it appears that Grump stormed through this little town and was apparently grumbling about kicking our butts. Well, listen, buddy, we both know there's no reality in existence where that will and has ever happened. And here we behold a snake switch, where we can turn it to day and to night, and instantly making me think of the Willikin world from Skyland the Giants. Yeah, I don't know, this game is really making me nostalgic in every way possible, from Donkey Kong to fucking Skylanders, and it's doing it in the most beautiful way possible. This game! I use the snake switches to my advantage, get this key, open up this capsule, and head onward. Keeping on messing about with the snake switch, making these clouds turn to stone and vice versa, collect a fossil and a Bananium Gem on the way, I find the entrance to the next sub-layer, being sub-layer 1204. I quickly upgraded my health and headed on to the place where they hear the ground shaking from, and yes, it's Grumpy Kong. This motherfucker built himself a huge whatever that monstrosity is, but no worries, he is fighting DK and Pauline after all. All I have to do is expose him to some sunlight 2 times and absolutely molest him. With Donkey Kong and Pauline shit talking, they obviously got karma, because this big ass eel eats up Pauline. Wait, whoa, no, whoa, 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 no, whoa. That was not what I expected, and it only went downhill from there. Donkey Kong is captured. It's just Donkey Kong Country 2 all over again. This time we get to see his vision though. And it's not by Captain K. Rool. And I quickly was realizing, we have lost Pauline. We must find her, but maybe we should first find a way out of this jail cell. Now we have one big problem. We can't transform into any Bananza without Pauline. We are practically useless in here, but the ground is something else, huh? Taking out straight, we head through these little caverns, finding our way up and confront these guards. And apparently they didn't even sign up for this or something, because they don't even see me as a bad guy. Anyway, I ask for Pauline, and motherfucker says, Pauline, listen buddy, we have no time to waste, you gonna cooperate or what? Oh, well, that is easy. With the guards helping me out, and man, that really didn't happen last time, we head over to the Pauline? This is Poppy Kong. What the fuck is this? Okay, ouch. You have a mouth on you, girl, Jesus. And she also has no intel on Void, so she's completely useless to us. But maybe if I help you out, you'll actually be useful for once, so here goes nothing. Okay, well, I hope she rots in hell. But no time to fuckle a doodle-doo, we gotta find Pauline. And we enter the Groove Layer, sub-layer 1300. I know, it appears that the sound turned purple. With Poppy, for once, not being a retarded fool, she realizes purple means the Terravoiders. Ah, so that's what they're called. I was calling them Gizmo thingamajigs. There's one behind each one of these 3 doors, and of course we must go through each of them and find and destroy the Terravoiders. The first door leads to a disco. Now the disgusting gremlin Void has even plastered his face on these walls. Holy obsession. This can't be a healthy. Anyway, we break the first Terravoider, fix the music in the disco hall, and no Donkey Kong, there's no time to dance, we must save Pauline. DK, enough! I'd good shit, because the self-loving gremlin has plastered his face on walls. He also blocked it off! So we make our way back through digging through the dirt underneath the door. With having returned the funky beat, it is off to door numero 2. And once again, a couple of ugly walls. We use this harp to change the structure from bouncy to gold and vice versa. Break the terraformer and only one door left to go. DK, goddammit! Jump over, break the terraformer, and get the last bit all fixed up. Back at the music hall, the catchy melody is back and we summon the harmony by adding our drum beat to this song. And there he is. And DK's pissed as shit! Oh, he's just vibing! But oh shit, he didn't even swallow her. It was all Void's mind controlling. I will do specific things to this monkey, I swear. It's going to be Anyway, Poppy once again redeems herself with a barrel, which I use to dive inside of the eel. No, crap, Pauline is back to being Hot Rock, and we must get these chains off of her ASAP. And, well, luckily, that was going with relative ease. So we fly out of the eel together with Hot Rock, and she breaks back into Pauline. And, well, Pauline starts getting all emotional, and she loves singing when with DK, and she has a dream once they get back to the surface. Maybe we can make that dream reality, because her dream... No, we don't get to know that. Fuck you. Or maybe we will, but at least not yet. Feast Layer. Sublayer 1400. Terrain level 5. We're getting very close to the end right now, and I have to be honest with you. Because you have no clue the crazy bullshit we must endure for 100% completion. Oh well, maybe you do. But maybe you don't know it in practice, and only know it on paper. So moving on in the Feast Layer, we are heading towards a factory tour guide, and apparently there is the famous banana burger over here. We'll love a taste of that. It is a burger that is also a tower, destroying the main gate covered in muck with some salt. This sun informs us that we must find all 5 burger switches to build the burger. One is a freebie, the second one is up here, and we can get there with the Zebra Bananza. Jump down here and the next layer is built, and here we can go either left or right. Going left, I arrive at the main gate market station. Taking another left, we arrive at the ferocious fry house station. Quickly realizing that there was probably also a switch at the gate market, I decided to just explore this bit to look for a different burger switch, because I mean we still need to find 3. Traversing through the area on this sand block, we find another terraformer, break it, and now we can break through this wall. Find another disc, get a Bananium Gem. I jump through this roof with the snake Bananza, hit this weird gecko thing with a ton of salt because I can't hit him with my bare hands, and it just drops some Bananium chips. Nothing special here either. Doubting there are any switches here, I decided to go even further to the left, and now I'm just back here. So being insanely confused, having no clue what to do or where to go, well, that was until I flew up here and went absolutely crazy on this obstacle course. Enjoying the living shit out of the OST from the ostrich, just like Donkey Kong here, and yes, we found ourselves another burger... I want to say Burger King. Oh my god. I could really go for a Whopper burger switch. Exploring the layer, finding some bananas and quite a lot of fossils, I found this huge fryer that I had to traverse by throwing salt at all of the muck. Having some close calls, I did get some fossils and bananas, but I quickly realized that I will definitely need to come back here multiple times. So far this layer is packed with secrets. Oh my god, so this is going to be tough to 100%. But now it is time to find that last burger switch. First I upgrade to charge jump from the snake Bananza because he has been really useful so far, and I sense that he will be useful for future completion challenges. And oh yeah, I also did a quick beat up challenge where I had an absolute blast beating up the gremlin again. And I even found myself another music disc. Oh, lucky me! Now with all the fossils I've found, I bought this Prime Feast apparel for Pauline, and also upgraded it to level 2, and then to 3, making it fully upgraded. Now this makes us regen health, while in Bananza mode, and not only that, it looks drippy as fuck as well! I mean, just look at that health slowly returning. It isn't insane, but it could help like crazy. Heading over to this minecart, we must defeat the Mad Mixer again for the final switch. And of course, with it being easy as balls, we finish up the burger and look who's here. Oh, why you? And he fires everyone, even though they pretty much did that themselves. He places his ugly thing on top of our burger, and he says that he will set the stage over at the planet's core. Oh yeah, go right ahead. I would love to beat your ass in style. Heading back towards the burger, I first fed this tree a bunch of gold to get 3 Bananium Gems. Now everyone is disappointed because that dickhead Void covered it a bit with that hard purple stuff. So making my way over to the burger, and thanks to these super cute baby eels, we head to the top and locate the key. So once again, getting rid of a Terravoider, we make the fair move again. Jump on top with the Snake Bananza, get the key, and head back down. Down, all the way to sub-layer 1401. Moving forward, I get rid of this yucky muck and actually find 2 music discs. The game is blessing right now. It's unbelievable. And I also upgraded my health. Now, making these acid-spitting monsters cut my way through these fences, I move over to this big hole filled with muck, aka the loading bay, but I doubt it looked like this, because we find another one of Void's creations, Splatoon? Never mind, it's a slug. Once again, the boss fight is quite easy though. I just use the Elephant Bananza to make it a tiny bit easier. We break that stupid thing and have our dance party once again. It is a thing that just does not get old though. And off to the next layer. And this time, we go deep. Real deep. We arrive at a golden light instead of a white one. Is this the Bananium root that elders have talked about? The forbidden layer. Sub-layer 1500. Going down through all this sand, there is this time-based electro thing that also makes the wall climbable or not. So timing it perfectly, I climb the wall and break this block. And I thought my eyes were deceiving me. Look at this world. DK and Pauline couldn't even believe it themselves. Would this be the planet core? Climbing up here, the skirt of stone says that the place is off limits. Well, he thinks. And he's willing to accept the bribe. So yeah, of course, we pay up. We must catch up to that disgusting fellow Void Kong, so he builds us nothing but gives us some sort of barrier. And we throw chunks at it so we can build a bridge. This is pretty cool. So making my way to these sturdy concrete blocks, I climb them and head to this fella who warns me in a depressing way. He says we must not go through that blockade. It is sealed for a reason. And some reckless fool did it anyway. Oh, well, Mom, I really wonder who he's talking about. But I gotta pay 5,000 gold first. This time it moves as well, making it a tiny bit harder. But at this point, nothing is a challenge because the determination to take that fucking bitch down is too strong. You really need to have your money up for this layer because this bastard is asking for a whopping 10k. Luckily, I do have enough though, and I'm practically poor now, so fuck! And this one is even harder as well. The chunks slowly break and this motherfucker is shooting at me. But DK and Pauline got business to take care of, so move out of the way. And now we enter a little village. Find some fossils and I buy myself some apple juice. And someone else tried to go through here once and never came back. But DK and Pauline are built different. So it is time to break through this wall and take what's ours. Wall after wall, here it is. The Bananium roots. Our wishes shall be granted. Flying over with the ostrich, it is finally time. The Bananium root. Oh yeah, never mind. The motherfucker is here too. The Bananium root is sleeping currently. And Void's pissed about that. And he's even more pissed that Pauline is not willing to help him, because the powerful thing she had in her hands was her singing. So with Void Kong not agreeing and not liking that we're not going to sing for him, we will finally duel it out, like real Kongs. But there's one tiny problem. We can't sing, which means we cannot use her Bananza powers. So this little boss fight is not possible with Bananza powers. So using chunks again to move towards the little gremlin, we kick off his first stage. Now his second stage requires us to once again destroy all 3 Terravoiders. Once we do that, we head over to him, beat his ass! And ho ho ho! Guess for what that wish is now. We actually did it. DK can eat all of his bananas and Pauline can go back safe and sound towards home. Thank you, and wait, what? What the fuck? No. They stonify DK? But she must sing now. Or maybe she doesn't have to. We drumbeat one final time. TK is getting himself out of that stone, and together with Pauline singing, we get this beautiful Disney moment, and one final time, she screams. Void is fucking fucked, and Pauline screams louder than loud, and there it is. Our boy DK is back. Void's not dead. He runs for his life towards the Bananium roots, and no way was that. No. That's not. It can't be. It was probably just Croc. No! It's King K. Motherfucking, it's King K. Rool! He's back in action! He was stuck here for a long time, and now he's getting after the Bananium root himself. God damn it! I thought Void was the final straw, but I guess K. Rool's here to just steal the show like the dick he is. No, he's kind of a goat though, I gotta be honest with you. So it's just after K. Rool now. Now, luckily the gremlin fuck has perished, so we must now get after the absolute villain of all. So we're heading even deeper. But now, actually in the Bananium root. And getting to the planet core. At sublayer 1600, we enter the Kremlin courtyard. And there he is. And this part is probably going to be the best of all. And well, I could just spoil this real quick, because, you know, it is! Because these stone beasts have crocodiles in them, aka Kremlings, and even when you beat them up, you hear the sound from the original SNES game. Nintendo seriously never misses, man. It's insane. Almost never. We use this gold-plated minecart to get after K. Rool. With it, we enter sublayer 1601, and the planet core is absolutely beautiful, but we will come back later because we first have business to take care of. We head into another minecart and we enter sublayer 1602, with also these bats making the original SNES sound. We carrying on with this plateau. It moved forward and I couldn't take these bastards down. I had to dodge them, and that was pretty goddamn difficult, but I did it because I remembered that I can literally turn into a flying ostrich. Oh, I have these Bananza powers, use them. Once again, a gold-plated minecart. We entered sublayer 1603, where we once again had these blocks that we could transform into separate colors. Hard to explain, but it was easy. We just abused these caltrops, so off to another minecart. Entering sublayer 1604, I fly towards all these big breaking things and head towards yet another minecart. How deep are we going here? But this is Kremlin Camp, sublayer 1605, and man, look, the bees! The bees! I swear Nintendo is saving best for last. Moving forward, we hop into this big barrel towards a big arena, so this can't go well. A big stomp and clomper appeared again. Yeah, just break his feet, his head, do it twice. Yeah, let's just go after K. Rool. Getting to sublayer 1606, we go even deeper from there. Kill these flying bastards and turf surf over these thorns. And look! Clobber Kremlings! Look at them! That's so sick! Making my way through a bunch of thorns, smashing a bunch of gold, we first upgrade Bananergy to now make our Bananzas last twice as long. Once again, we move on in a minecart. Enter the Kremlin Colosseum. We first fight these clobber Kremlings, and then the stone dudes. Then once again, the flying dickheads. But guess what's inside their armor? Necky the Vulture. After that, we fight these guys again. And then the Rolling Stones having armies in them. Oh, Nintendo! Stop seriously handing perfection throughout the game and just giving us above perfection at the end. It is... oh, it's so brilliant. Last but not least, I fought off these sturdy dudes, blew them up, and killed the Kremlin in sight. And then... the music intensifies. Sublayer 1609. The most sublayers we have seen. And the planet core in our line of vision. We enter this minecart. Or, well, maybe we don't. We kick back this huge ball, and now we will enter the minecart, making our way around the core. And inside of it is our last obstacle. The man himself. King K. Rool. With the Bananium root in our grasps, we still had one major problem. King K. Rool was granting his wish, and he wished for what the actual fuck this monstrosity is. He had the power of the Bananium root, but we still had to fight him. Now, it was far from easy. He had his old standard move, shooting big balls at us with his hand cannon. Also, he used these weird hands that did a ton of damage, and his HP is bloody insane! This is a boss fight, Nintendo. Remember that from now on. This is insanity. It's difficult. So, yeah, I died. But I tried again. I can stay in Bananza mode thanks to the power of the Bananium root, so I couldn't run out of any Bananza energy. That helped a lot. But this time I thought I should just use the Elephant Bananza to keep sucking up all this explosive goo to throw at Rool. Sometimes I was lucky and stunned him, making it easier to do a bunch of damage. And I was rinsing and repeating that tactic, but I found an even better plan. By waiting for Rool to shoot his third cannonball, I was able to throw a chunk at it to make it bounce back towards him, guaranteeing a short stun. So I rinse and repeat that tactic. And well, without a doubt, with just a couple of minutes, it was over for that dumbass crocodile. And finally, I've officially beaten all of Donkey Kong Bananza's main story. And with the Bananium root being free, we grab these 5 bananas and now we can make our wish, which is all specially for Pauline. Our wish will be the surface. And of course I'm ready, Pauline. So we grant our wishes. And millions of bananas fall from the sky and we are being pushed all the way to the surface. And credits roll. With the original soundtrack, the end? No, Rool, buddy. This is not the 90s. You can't fake your fucking death again! Holy shit, he even has a jetpack! Rool doing all crazy attacks with his jetpack towards us. It plays Gangplank Galleon with a sick guitar cover. God damn it, Nintendo! Fuck! It's so good! It's just, I can't express it with my mouth. I have to... just bloody speechless. Rool uses Void's little device to mess with us, but it of course doesn't work. So we throw this chunk at Rool, and he's officially a dead man. And yes, we make it back to the surface. And New Donk City, fuck Nintendo! Pauline breaks DK's back one final time. But God damn it, Rool just doesn't give up, mate. Shit, and he has the root. He devours the whole town, brings up a huge statue of himself. This is not good. So we must get all the way up there. And being on the surface, we reach a meter now. And we must go Bananza on this dumb crocodile. Using the zebra to get over this surface and using the elephant to suck up all this lava that's in the way, we punch this big ball, fly over to the other side, beat up some baddies, and reach 475 meters. And beat up some more baddies. Punching this cannonball into them, we climb this tower and reach 700 meters. And once again, see a Nintendo reference to a Donkey Kong game. Because this time, the ending of Donkey Kong 64 is also the ending of Bananza. But he drops his crown. He has his own beat. And he becomes absolutely fucking mentally insane. He is... Look at those eyeballs, man. And he has the worst name, a King of Rot? Wow, that's horrible. Now this fight is practically the same as the other one. Only even more tedious, because the damage amount you do is now just 0. So for like half the fight, he spams the same move. So I quickly upgraded my trunk mid-fight to be able to store 10 chunks instead of 5. But he has a second phase. And it's a little more difficult this time. He scatters all these bombs around you and you must find or create cover by throwing a chunk against the lava. Then these arms come along and you have to just goldify them. This is it. You do this for a really, really long time because you do barely any damage. Sometimes Rool shoots a huge cannonball that you just seriously can't deflect. But it honestly helps because it clears a lot of ground. So yeah, I was doing that for a while. I was mostly using the elephant and King Rool was finally defeated. Holy crap. This took me some time. And once we did that, Pauline had a request. She asks if TK wants to join her, making her dreams come true. And TK says yes. New Donk City was rebuilt by the Bananium roots. K. Rool's statue disappears, but Pauline realizes something. If DK comes with her, DK's dream can become reality. Because DK's dream is, of course, 100%ing Donkey Kong Bananza, so Pauline says it'll be okay. She'll keep the beat on her own, and DK is a free monkey making his way back to his roots. And now, actually, the end of the main story, man. Now I knew she would come back, excited to start singing and get out of her bubble. Hear that song, she's singing a peak Disney-like motivation song, and I can assure you that this is just the beginning for our journey towards 100% completion, because even though the baddies have fallen, we have yet to rise. And it is 3 months later. Oh, look at that! We're back at Ingot Isle, and a bunch of Bananium Gems. We get all this gold to make our way up again. It looks like the other characters from different layers have also gone up to see what's over here. But not only them, Grumpy and Poppy are also here. And Grumpy has been setting up warp gongs, which is great so we can traverse through all layers and find all of the collectibles. But Pauline isn't around anymore though. That's disappointing. That means that we can also not use any of their Bananza powers anymore. That's gonna make 100%ing pretty difficult though. Well, we can check out one of those warp gongs, and that's Pauline coming out of it. And well, she's back, and she came back hoping to find inspiration for her next big live show in the city hall. She asked if we can go and see the elders, so of course we're going to do that. And apparently we also got a new outfit for Pauline. Interesting. Anyway, we teleport to Lagoon Layer to meet up with the first elder. We met, but before we did that, I checked out Pauline's new outfit. It is gold mining gear, which doubles our gold collecting amount, so of course I chose to wear that. Now speaking to the elder, he wants to do a Bananza rehearsal? He says that rehearsals will make you perfect your Bananza, and makes it easier to come up with new songs. But we do have a minor problem. We need a total of 300 bananas, and currently we only have 263. Now to 100% Donkey Kong Bananza, we of course need 777 Bananium Gems. So now we officially start the collectathon. The plan will be going from A to Z, so I will first complete Ingot Isle, then Lagoon Layer, then Hilltop Layer, and so on and so on. This also includes that I will get every single fossil first before heading on to the next layer. There are a total of 696, but luckily we do not need to find fossils in every layer. From all 17 layers, we have to find fossils in 12 of them. So that makes it just a tiny bit easier. Only many of these fossils are hidden in the weirdest, most zany places, so I will never call it easy. And oh yeah, we also need to find a bunch of music discs still. And as you know, these music discs drop whenever the game feels like it, so it is completely luck based. And I can double my luck though, by buying the Donkey Kong amiibo. Yeah, I'm not paying another 20 bucks on an already pretty expensive game. But there's a way we can unlock it, but not right now. And we will also have to do some secret quests, but let's just first head over to Ingot Isle, alright? So time to find every damn Bananium Gem in Ingot Isle. Now with Ingot Isle being the smallest, it won't take us too long to get all Bananium Gems, at least compared to upcoming layers. While collecting a bunch of Bananium Gems, I also had to focus on gold, and of course, beating up bad guys for music discs. The gold is going to be much needed later to build a golden statue of Donkey Kong, but that's for later. Many Bananium Gems weren't too interesting. I did have to waste a lot of gold on this stupid tree just to get 3 of them, like a lot of gold, but in the meantime I also had this little side quest where I had to find 4 of these little blue fellas. I also met up with Cranky all the way on top of this construction pillar, and he also had a banana for us. I also bought the Bananium chip banana. I had to chase this blue guy down, and while doing that I found another banana in the rocks. There was this puzzle piece that needed its fragments back. I was able to get 2 bananas here by breaking walls and attracting the fragments with the elephant. I did struggle with it a bit because the 2 in the back just would not cooperate, but I finally got the banana. Getting some more easier bananas, I constructed a barrel to have a look up here for more bananas, but what I found instead was a trip down Memorial Lane. That's weird. It looks like we're back at the beginning, but we're not. Maybe I missed a couple of bananas in the beginning and I can dig those up now. So I searched around, and to my surprise, well, I didn't miss a single banana. At least, that's what I think. But let's just go back to Ingot Isle Cave-in. Found some more simple bananas like this one in a cave where I jumped up with the snake and broke through the wall. I also bought some maps to make locating them just a tiny bit easier. I could only buy about 8 though, so after finding those 8 Bananium Gems easily, I still needed 11 more. Some quests weren't possible yet, like this one where I needed golden fashion. We'll probably get that in some different layer. So yes, completely 100%ing this layer isn't possible yet. Well, I mean, it is possible, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do for some of them. I got 4 more bananas for 5k gold at Grumpy's, because I triggered this battle rush and got a total of 4 bananas from it. Simply put, it was really fucking hard. It required some goddamn timing on some of these things. But one major problem, it kept saying 1 remaining. But you tell me, mate, I did not see a single one of these dudes, so why you're saying there's still 1 left? And eventually, after more and more tries, it finally appeared, and we got our first banana. I upgraded my health and continued. Shit. Sadly, I did not beat the first one, but then I realized something. I had to do 4 of these in a row without dying. You do not want to know the amount of screaming and stress that went through my room. This was generally unfun. The only good thing about it was that I got to kill so many baddies that collecting music discs was like nothing anymore. But besides that, fuck all this bullshit, and this is just the first layer. So the second stage. Well, the first one was a little difficult because the second and the third were a breeze. But at the last one, I had no clue I had to turf surf, so when I figured that out, it was too late. I failed again. Had to do it all over again. Fuck me. But you know how it goes on here. We do not give up. We beat the second phase, extremely nervous for the third. I had to first try it. Breezing through the first and the second. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, of course I died, and yeah, back to the first one. But finally, yes, I was able to suck up the thorns with my trunk, killing them one by one. There's a fifth. Hold on. And how the fuck do I break these spiky walls? What? Oh my god, man. This time would be different. After dying dozens of times, and I mean dozens, I had collected about 49 discs. I came in with 19. I finally figured out what to do with the walls and broke them. Almost failed, but barely made it. Then absolutely wrecked Grumpy's stupid gold machine thingy because I have never been more determined to just stop with something dumb like this. And those 2 last bananas were ours. But we're not even close, because yes, for 10,000 gold, there is another rush. And it's not these mini bosses, it's an actual boss rush, where we can earn 6 bananas, 6. With Dixie and Diddy here too, and our boy Cranky, he explains what's up, but I know what's up, a big amount of fucking bullshit. Now luckily they weren't timed, but that didn't mean they were easy. Second try, I beat it. The first boss, of course. There are 5 more ahead. 5. I failed one, I had to do it all over again. So I upgraded my health and headed to the next boss. Died. I'll try it again. Beat it. Up next, me fucking dying. Back to the start. Yippee! So fun! Death, dying. The point where I was thinking, should I jump off a bridge? I've been trying these boss battles for about half an hour. It's not an extremely long time. I've been through worse, but come on! I went to get the dress Pauline wore earlier to get the slow heart restoration. Also bought this tie for DK to increase treasure drop rates. So I headed back, tried again, and guess what? I finally beat the third boss without taking a single hit. Are we fucking serious? Now all I had to do was just not fuck up the next ones. Otherwise, I might lose my sanity. This log boss fight looked like a Mario Maker level made by little Timmy. The screen was just filled with a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I barely understood what the hell was happening, but I beat him. So there was one more to go. I had to finish it in one go. It went nothing. And holy shit, I absolutely wrecked it. It was no match for my boy Donkey Kong. After almost 2 hours, we got this desperate, practically unobtainable, stupid fucking banana. And oh my lord, if this is just the first layer, I don't even want to know what's next. But too bad I don't have a choice. I quickly upgraded the ostrich flight and learned its egg bomb ability. We continued for the last 3 bananas for this layer, well, last 2 since we still can't get the clothing one yet, and we need 120,000 golds to, yeah, well, okay, never mind, we'll do that later. And the same goes for hashtag 35, I think, because I just couldn't find it. I've no clue where this banana is. I've looked everywhere. Anyway, no problem, heading on to the next layer. What a beautiful sight to see, Lagoon Layer, where we still need to find 48 bananas and 61 fossils. We also do a challenge after quite some time called Thorn Choked Conveyor. It was pretty easy to be honest, definitely compared to the shit we just did. I got all 3 Bananium Gems in just a few minutes. My next cunning plan was simple. Sonar spamming through the entire layer hunting fossils and bananas, and it was going pretty well. I also changed Pauline back to her mining outfit for that bonus gold. And I found a couple of fossils and even the legendary one. Definitely not buying the map. I did not do that. I also did the rehearsal with the Elder since we had enough Bananium Gems for that. He warned me it was going to be tough, but it was doable and totally worth it. Because after beating all of the goons and pushing through all that crazy mumbo jumbo in one go, I earned 10 Bananium Gems. A huge boost for our progression. Thank you, Gramp. But I missed the music disc balloons, and I did not know that at the time, so, well, Gramp, we'll see you return. Or I'll return to you. And we can now learn the Golden Bananza skill. Oh, that's interesting. But to learn it, we first need to unlock all the regular skills for that Bananza set, so that means more bananas, a lot more bananas. So yeah, sonaring around like crazy, finding as many as possible, fossils, bananas, you name it. I fully maxed out my hearts. Kept going like a maniac, finding more and more. I came across this little spot where we could smash a bunch of gold. That's really satisfying. And after finding a bunch, and I mean a bunch more fossils, it was time for another challenge. Hanging on Roof Road, 3 bananas as usual. Climbed our way to the first one, then made a turn to the left for the second, and at the end, we grabbed the 3rd banana. A nice simple challenge. With that done, it was back to sonar spamming. While exploring though, I found one of those void thingies again. I broke it and it brought us to an alternate route for sublayer 101. Fossils! Oh, a banana! Looks like we gotta find those fellas again. Wasn't too hard. I know these terrains from top to bottom at this point. We got the banana and continued the fossil search. I found a rare fossil and I noticed a challenge door we hadn't finished yet. We started this one way back at the beginning of the video, so I figured it's time to finish it. Found one all the way on top of the roof, then climbed up and made my way to the final banana of the challenge area. And finally, we also found all of the standard fossils. Now all that's left are the rare ones. Found one underneath our pal Cranky, who gave us a banana as well, then found the last 2 I needed, and with that, we've actually officially completed all fossils in Lagoon Layer. Now we just need to find 13 more bananas though. And then we can move to the next layer. Banana after banana and even more bananas. I quickly upgraded DK's tie to the maximum level, giving us a 30% higher chance at finding treasure. And of course, for 100% completion, I emptied out the entire store. So now, with green DK, it's time to hunt down those last 6 bananas. Sonaring like a crazy monkey, I eventually found all 6, and making it official. We will never have to see Lagoon Layer again. That's not really true. So now it is off to the Hilltop Layer. We still need to find a total of 31 bananas and 29 fossils. So once again, going on the hunt for them, doing some pretty simple challenges and keeping an eye out for hidden ones. I upgraded my banana energy and my drumbeat. And right after that I found my next challenge, Spiked Tight Slope. For the first banana I only had to dodge a couple, but for the next I had to minimize the amount coming towards me. I did that with relative ease, but one problem, I found 2 of the 3 now, and I jumped down and here I saw it, but I couldn't enter. But from the other side, I was able to break the concrete and fly over, getting the 3rd banana. So, back to sonaring, finding fossils and hidden bananas. I also found a bunch of hidden treasure thanks to DK's new tie. These could come in handy because sometimes they drop a fossil or a banana map revealing their locations. So getting a bunch more bananas and fossils. I also found these 4 retards again. Also, once again, fed a bunch, and yes, a bunch of gold to this tree for Bananium Gems. And oh yeah, I found another challenge room, Shifty Platform Road. I traversed these platforms, went down here and make this weird thing a platform, broke these thorns and got the second banana. The third one is all the way at the end of the level. With that, I only need 13 more bananas and 12 more fossils. Now, some of these bananas were just so stupid. Besides the fun challenge ones and breaking stuff, there was this dumbass banana where I had to just stand here and just coincidentally look up to see some sort of flying machine and throw some dirt on it. Listen, the banana was so high in the sky, even DK's nose couldn't smell it. Fucking dumbass position. Anyway, getting a bunch more Bananium Gems, I spotted Rambi in the distance, and look who's up there! It's Cranky Kong, the absolute legend who for sure has a banana jam on him. I came along the next challenge area, Nostalgia Country. And oh my god, it is the beginning of Donkey Kong Country with a heavenly remaster playing in the background. Just look at this, mate. If you have played the Super Nintendo games, you know this is straight peak. Having a blast keeping my mind off collectathoning for just a minute, I got the first banana by just continuing on and found the second at the end. So shit, I did not find the thirds. So going again, I thought like a real OG Donkey Kong fan. And of course, DK's house is up here. So there it is. The tire and all, we get the third banana. With that, we got every single Bananium Gem in Hilltop Layer. Now we are just missing 11 more fossils. So of course, I first broke a bunch of gold, and after that, I found the remaining fossils after quite some time. I bought everything in the fossil shop, thought that this cloud white fur looked dope as fuck, so I wore it. And with that, we have 100%ed all of Hilltop Layer. So we're heading off to the Canyon Layer, where we still must find a whopping 60 Bananium Gems and 42 more fossils. Continuing finding bananas and fossils, I got the Charge Slap upgrade and the Spin Jump for Donkey Kong. Look at my boy spin jumping like that, guess he learned something from Mario after all. Anyway, after sonar spamming my ass off, finding a bunch of fossils and Bananium Gems, I also found another one of Void's ugly spearhead thingamajigs, and of course, found another banana. Finding a bunch more fossils and a couple of more bananas, I also found a stupidly big amount of treasure chests. This tie of DK is absolutely phenomenal, man. Anyway, shortly after, I found our next challenge door. With 2 beautiful potassium providers in sight, we also need to find that third one, of course. With my sonar, I spotted it and got it. With also getting the first one before that and getting the last one after that, we found all 3 and it was back to exploring. But first, I upgraded the ostrich flutter so we can fly even faster and farther. Look at him go! Finding some more fossils and bananas, and well, even more fossils and bananas, to my surprise. In little less than 1.5 hours, I already got all the fossils. Having also found a couple of discs along the way, we were making good progress, and I was excited to move on and get the remaining 28 Bananium Gems. Also getting the fashion banana, which is nice because as you know, with the one where we need to be decked out in gold, it is quite a coincidence that I was wearing the right drip. Now before finding the rest of the potassium-rich bananas, I quickly bought out the entire fossil shop as well. Banana, and challenge time. Getting rid of this wall for 1,000 gold, we go Kong Bananza and have to smash this city for 3 bananas. We get 2 for doing it in 40 seconds or less, and find the other at the bottom. Also upgrading my drumbeat to max and bettering my turf surfering, it was off to the next bananas. And well, those next 3 are another challenge, Thorny Blast Cave. Here we move through these sands and avoid these mines, then activate them on these thorns to get this banana. Now over here I was sponging sand and rocks for minutes and breaking thorns until I finally found the end, but not a third banana. I expected a third banana to be hidden somewhere underneath me because in this box full of sand, rocks and thorns, my sonar picked nothing up. And to my surprise, I was right. Before heading towards the end, I was able to climb this wall, dodge the thorns, and get the third banana. Climbing this wall and dodging more thorns, damn close calls, we get the last banana for this challenge area. With 90 more to go, I, yes, had to do another challenge area, but they're fun, so you don't hear me complaining. This challenge was Big Wheel Balloon Hunt, where, well, there's a big wheel and we must get the balloons. Collecting the balloons was fucking easy, finding the second banana was also not too hard, and the third was hidden pretty well behind the right side of this climbable wall, but I found it pretty quickly. With that challenge done, it's time to keep our eyes peeled and keep those bananas peeled. Getting more and more and more, it was time for yet another challenge. Stompy Ascent. Now, Stompy Ascent looked really difficult just by, well, looking at it. Psh, it's practically a piece of cake. Fell off once or, well, maybe twice. But we're saved, as Pauline likes to imply when I almost fall to my death. Gotta love these balloons. Got the 2 bananas and wait, shit, I only got 2. Now, of course, I head back, but I just couldn't find that last one. It was not being picked up by my sonar. I had no clue where it was until, well, I actually opened my fucking eyelids, and it was just right in front of me. Just don't say anything, alright? We still got a lot to do, so please, just shut the fuck up. Upgrading DK's Banana's Charge Punch to maximum, we only had to fight 8 more bananas. So, well, I did that. Finding and collecting, had to find 4 of these guys again, found a banana underneath them, found the other 6, and well, Canyon Layer is now 100% complete. So we're carrying on. The Divide, which is going to be a short one because there are only 10 Bananium Gems and no fossils, but we do start off with a challenge, the Great Switcheroo Haul. We once again replace the locations of these blocks by punching them. We get the first banana pretty easy, and to be honest, the second one was also not really a challenge. And the same goes for the third, so yeah, that's all for the Great Switcheroo Haul. I quickly do this quiz for this fine gentleman, then I quickly found some easy bananas, met up with our main man Cranky, but then we needed another fashion type, and having no clue what they want from me, I'll set it aside for now and move on to the next layer. Having to get one more banana on the Divide, which is of course the fashion one, we will first complete all of the freezer layer, where we still need to find a whopping 68 bananas and 61 fossils. We are nowhere on this layer, so here goes another complete extravaganza of collecting. But first, challenge time with red hot rotations. Finding the first banana with relative ease by just getting rid of the lava with the rolling thingies. The rest of the level wasn't hard, but also wouldn't call it easy. Anyway, I found the second one pretty quickly, but yes, had to start looking for that third one as well. And I had to get one of those rolly things over here. Problem was, they were a little suicidal, so getting them onto here was one hell of a task. But I did it, got the last banana, and returned to my favorite part of the game. Fossil and banana hunting by spamming R1 on my Joy-Cons. But before I did that, I gave a bunch of gold to this tree again, getting me another 3 bananas. Now, I don't know what it is, but I was barely finding any fossils and bananas, and I was confused. I thought they would be everywhere because, well, I still needed so many. But I found my first fossil after like 8 minutes. Also, the world wasn't really traversable because you saw jack shit. Honestly, I had no fun doing this sub-layer. Things did start speeding up a little after a while, but still, speeding up a little. I was already 30 minutes in and barely made any progress. Finding this void monstrosity thingy again, I found 1 banana in it. Man, this layer is slow. Looking very closely and nothing, and I mean nothing appeared. And I did find another Terravoider, which gave me a bunch of gold, and well, yeah, 1 banana. Finding these 4 guys again, I did get a banana for that, of course. And oh yeah, finding the second dude was stupidly hard, like, well, at least for me. Overall, it probably shouldn't have been, but I'm losing my mind on this layer. Sonar. Did you guys know Donkey Kong has an ability to see bananas through walls and fossils too by pressing R1 on your controller? No, have you been watching the video? Anyway, finally finding some fossils and bananas, but still barely any. I did come across another challenge area. Opening it up for 1k, we have to beat the Rising Iceberg Rush, where we have to run really quick over the ice without falling down, because of course the icebergs slowly sink. With the first banana being an easy grab, the second being in our line of sight and also not too hard to grab, then we smashed our way up here and gathered all 3 bananas, and well, after that, I don't know what it was, but I just banana, and fossils. Now, I thought it would be a good time to do the zebra rehearsal. We needed a total of 350 bananas, and luckily we have 504, so we could start the rehearsal. Now, one thing I didn't really understand was I actually had 365 bananas, but I think that the bunches of bananas actually count towards the rehearsal completion, just not towards the actual 100% completion. So, time for the zebra rehearsal. To get an extra bonus banana, I had to finish with 20 or more left on the clock, so I must get that. Well, my first attempt was a failure, but the second try was a breeze, and I got our first 2 bananas. I also popped a balloon. We need to pop 5 of them to get a bonus music disc, and this time I will focus on that. Now with these bananas, I upgraded the Break Blast and the Charge Dash for the Zebra Bananza. Again, we had to do the task in 40 seconds or less, and it was really fucking hard. Like, holy shit. Many tries later, I did get both bananas and the balloon, also getting the extra one. It was off to the next obstacle. Once again, get it done in 40 seconds or less. We're off, and well, I got the balloon but didn't make it. Luckily, I did not die 25 times this time and got it in under 8 tries. Also getting the bonus banana after a couple of tries. It was off to the last 2 courses. Of course, needs to be done in 40 seconds or less. You get it by now. This was once again fucking bullshit, dying dozens of times, almost getting the balloon, but fucking it up again. And I try until I got both the balloon and both bananas in one go. Also getting the bonus banana. I was excited as fuck to get those last two and the last balloon to be done with this dumbass rehearsal. Man, if this one is so difficult, the future ones are going to be hell. Now the last part is all of the baloney bullshit combines into one big sandwich. You even get 99 seconds with this one, and you still need to have 20 or more on the clock to get the 2 bananas, so you know it's going to be a long one. Now, I got the balloon pretty quickly, that was nice, so try after try, losing my mind thinking I was fucking dying. Because I kept on dying. I finally did it after an hour of being a fucking zebra. I finished the zebra rehearsal, never ever doing it again. I was actually excited to just start hunting down fossils again. This was stupid. Pauline, with all due respect, please shut the fuck up and no yippee, I can learn the golden zebra Bananza skills like I'm ever gonna touch this foul beast again. And once again, with all due respect, no, you stupid bitch. With only 21 bananas remaining, because yes, we earned a whopping 14 Bananium Gems from the rehearsal, and of course the exclusive music disc. So let's focus on those remaining bananas and the 33 remaining fossils. But lucky us, a challenge area, Peraceous Powdery Path, or how the fuck you say that. The first one just takes us a straight path forward, and the same with the second. And the third was practically non-existent. With me totally not on the edge of death, I got all 3 and went back to fossil and banana hunting. Finally finding some fossils and helping this puzzle piece for 2 bananas, we were making some decent progress. I found a couple more bananas and fossils alike, and slowly but steady got my way towards completion. But yeah, I was still nowhere close. I was going slower once again. I just genuinely couldn't find a single banana or fossil, and then I climbed this big iceberg, and not only did I find a couple of fossils, I've also found the one and only legendary one. Continuing exploring it, I did not only find more fossils, but also bananas, and from that point on, it started raining bananas and fossils. Like seriously, I could be like, maybe don't give me a banana, right? No, give me those bananas, like please. Well, I was closing in on completing the freezer layer, but with a bunch more and a little more searching, I got all the fossils, and it was off to the remaining 9 bananas, collecting all the remaining ones, with of course meeting up with our boy Cranky, getting the remaining ones, also one with Void's absolute crackhead's face on it. I got the last one inside of the compressor, and voila, it's all done. Freezer layer is 100% completed, after hours of absolute fucking baloney. It is off to the next layer. And I can welcome you back to the forest layer, where yes, we still need to find a total of 67 bananas and 60 fossils. I have done jack shit in the forest layer, my god, and oh yeah, a rehearsal awaits us too. This is going to be so fun, I just know it. Now luckily for us, Donkey Kong is a monkey, so he knows his way around the jungles, alright? Just from the gong alone, I found a bunch of bananas and fossils. We also came across the goat Cranky once again. Right after that, I realized I already accumulated another 10 skill points, so I upgraded our apple juice capacity twice. Finding a bunch of bananas, I also found one of Void's Terravoiders, and of course, got another banana for that. Finding a bunch more bananas, but not that many fossils. The bananas were still going strong, and the fossils did eventually pick up the pace a little with finding a bunch more bananas and some fossils, and yes, more and more bananas. They were bloody everywhere. And I was also just having a blast listening to the Ostrich OST and traversing the forest layer. It's so beautifully detailed and well designed, it just doesn't get boring at all. And in the second sub-layer, 601, I also found a lot more bananas and fossils, also upgrading my apple juice capacity even more. Now I can hold 4 of these, so I also went to the stuff shop and buy me some apple juices. But before I arrived, I found some more bananas and fossils, and with a bunch, and I mean a bunch of treasure chests, I even found 4 in a row. This tie for Donkey Kong is such an amazing help. I should have bought it right from the start, to be honest. But better late than never, right? And also before arriving, looky here, a challenge room. It was ostrich only, called Ostrich Bananza Flighty Feast. The first banana was straight ahead, and the same goes for the second, but the third was once again hidden. Now by coincidence, this thingy broke a block that was here and revealed this air fan, which led me to the third banana. Back on the surface, I finally bought me the apple juice cans, found more fossils, and a legendary one of a kind. Finally finding some good amount of fossils and a decent bunch of bananas, I got rid of this obstacle for 600 gold, and of course got another banana. Shortly after, it was time for another challenge room, being bouncing for bananas, and well, it was stupidly easy. I simply switched between snake and ostrich to fly over everything, and the first and second banana were right next to each other. and the third was at the end of the stage. So yeah, I practically cheesed everything, but who cares as long as I get those bananas, right? I also helped out the puzzle piece again, and having so far collected 52 out of the 83 bananas, thus 31 left to go, and having 22 fossils left to find, I first thought it would be time for the ostrich rehearsal. Heading to the ostrich grandmama, she tells us we need 400 bananas. Well, we have enough without a doubt, so we enter the rehearsal. Now, I was confident I was going to be done with this one before I knew it. I was flying with the ostrich for such a long time already, I've practically already mastered it. And well, I was wrong. I already died in the first 30 seconds, and also, we can only earn 9 bananas on this one. And of course, we must get 5 music disc balloons. Now, the second time I missed the music disc, so I killed myself, dying a couple more times. I figured I had to drop an egg bomb here to get this boost, just to be able to reach the music disc. Oh my god, this is going to be hard. With the first one obtained and my first banana received, I was able to choose a side, left or right. I went right because there I could find another banana, and further on a third balloon. Wait, what? I somehow missed a second. Looking around, I realized that this was more a limitless rehearsal. I was kinda capable of deciding when to move on. So, looking around real good, I found a sneaky banana underneath this platform. After wonderfully dying, I did get it. Not finding the leftover balloon, I decided to move on and hope I can return if I need to. We entered a bouncy park and it was pretty smooth sailing at first, and near the end I saw this sting with a balloon inside of it. By getting to it from bouncing off these kind fellas over here, we can take a bunch of damage but eventually do get it and get a 4th balloon. 4th balloon? Shit, I did really miss the second one. Anyway, moving on, I bounce off these fellers, then make these gooey guys make a little bouncy path for me to get past these electric walls and get yet another banana. And also quite a lot of health back. And instead of continuing forward, I took a left and got this extra banana by just figuring out which platforms were real. Very simple banana. Now again, before I continued, I looked down and saw a big pool of lava. I quickly had to check there to see if there were maybe a disc balloon or a Bananium Gem. And look at that. Imagine if I had to go through that entire map again, being confused as fuck where this banana would be. Finally, me being proud of myself, having a goddamn sharp eye. I did continue this time and heading back to the center, and this time going to complete the left side, praying that I will find the second balloon and the rest of the 3 bananas, otherwise we may have a problem. Heading past the lava and a bunch of rings, piece of cake, there it is. Another balloon. Not really having a clue how to get there and knowing that the barrel will blast me right past it, but blasting snow out of the barrel, I could cancel my barrel jump and fly right to the balloon, so I did that. And well, yes, with it not really being smooth sailing, I did obtain the second balloon, only requiring us to find the last one. Which, well yeah, will most likely be at the end. Getting some health back and getting another banana, I did not continue but headed to the right and did another secret area where I was just able to get on the ledge and get another banana. I've already been here. Having no clue where the fuck the other banana is and the last balloon, I quickly realized that I was once again mentally unstable. There was just a barrel right there in the middle. Just get into that barrel, DK. Flying over towards the end, I spot the balloon being really high. And I absolutely fucking miss it. Holy shit. I try again, and to my surprise, I got it. Absolutely picture perfect. Got the last banana I needed and maxed out my apple juice capacity because those things are really coming handy lately. Of course, we obtained the knowledge for the golden bonanza skill for the ostrich, but we don't know what it is yet. Anyway, we still have 22 bananas left to go, and of course 22 fossils, so back to hunting. Finding another terravoider and removing it, I of course found a banana. Quickly after that, look at that, a challenge area, being called pit seeds. Now this one costs a lot of patience. I had to find 5 balloons to get 1 banana. I found another one hanging on this little roof, and a third one was once again way too well hidden. I had to throw a seed right above me here and then punch through this wall for the last banana. These locations sometimes, man. Right after I hit the mother load and found fossils left and right, and also some bananas, but mostly fossils. So many fossils. So yes, I finally completed all the fossils in the forest layer. Now I just need to find the remaining 7 bananas. I got 3 of them fairly easy, to this 3 being, again, hungry as fuck. So with 4 more left to go, getting 1 for my smashing stats and getting 2 fairly quickly, and the final one was hunting down the 4 fellers. And with that, I found all 4 and we get the last banana. And yes, we have finally finished the forest layer. The forest layer has taken the longest so far, about 4 hours. We are finally off to the next layer. The forest was fun, but a stupid collectible filled one. And here is the junction layer, sub-layer 700. With only 9 Bananium Gems left and no fossils, it isn't too much of a challenge. Paying this feller for 1000 gold, we unlock this challenge room called Crossing Through Crosshairs. We just have to traverse these platforms. The first banana is straight ahead, the second is up this climbable wall in this little hole, and the last is at the end. Now, since there are no fossils, I really quickly found all the left Bananium Gems. So yeah, it was already off to the next one, because this layer is really small. Oh, and of course, I got one banana from Cranky. So, the resort layer, sub-layer 800, also not a huge one, but definitely not small. With still needing 30 bananas and 19 fossils, we got to work. Thankfully, the resort layer has only one sub-layer, so yeah, I found a bunch of fossils and bananas really quick. Found 2 fragments for the puzzle piece and spent quite some time finding the third one, because apparently he's up this floating island. How did you wander all the way up there, little buddy? Anyway, that grants us another 2 bananas. Banana after banana, fossil after banana, after gold-hungry tree eating, banana, and oh, a banana. I upgraded my ostrich egg bomb to its max, carrying 3 now. I just needed 1 more skill point for the golden egg bomb. So exploring the beautiful resort layer further, finding a nice bunch of fossils, I played hide and seek with these guys again, that I found the challenge room Ice Surf Switcheroo, which was extremely easy with these switcheroo blocky thingies again. I got these little ice cubes in here, getting my first banana, getting my second by doing the same thing over here. I got the golden egg bomb upgrade and went looking for the third banana. Well, behind this wall over here is another puzzle looking a little bit more complicated, and well, it really wasn't. With all 3, it is back to getting the last couple of fossils and the last 11 Bananium Gems. Getting one from Cranky, I quickly found the remaining bananas and fossils. While getting all of those remaining collectibles, I also encountered another challenge room, Minecart Country, an old level from the original Donkey Kong Country with the same OST remastered and all. Really fucking sick, and I even took the skip, which is really cool. It's wow, Nintendo, god damn it! And thanks to that, I got the first and second banana in just a couple of seconds, and at the end of this road, well, the third, making it a fun one, but an easy one. God damn it, they know what they're doing. And with that, we have not finished the resort layer. We need a clothing check again, but he wants something fashioned cooled off, so most likely I can buy that at a shop on this layer. Never mind. They only sell fur dyes here. Well, we'll get back to this one later. We at least got all of the other bananas and collected every fossil. We are now heading back to a big boy layer, being the Tempest layer. This is where we learned the elephant Bananza, so we will also do the rehearsal later on. With this one still requiring us to get a whopping 58 bananas and 57 fossils, it was time to get to work, because those are not baby numbers. Anyway, we started off strong with some fossils and a challenge room being Liftoff Labyrinth. Here, well, we flew through a labyrinth. You could've kinda guessed that. I found the first one just following this path, the second in this secret little hole in the wall, and the last, but definitely not least, or maybe it is least because it's just at the end. Finding a lot of bananas and fossils, I fed this tree gold once again. Getting more bananas and fossils was a lot harder on sub-layer 901 because of that raining lava. But it was doable. Looking and finding and searching, slowly getting more and more. I opened up this challenge room called Zipline Valley. I found the first banana by just making a straight line. Only I saw I missed the actual first banana. And the first one I found was actually the second one. So I started over and found the actual first one, our second one, up the entrance and with this zipline. Now eventually I had to find these big ol' fellers again, or instead of calling them big ol' friends or fellers or fellas this time, I actually like to call them big ol' cunts. This fucking dipshit was nowhere. Like bro, maybe this guy might be out of bounds. I practically sucked up the entire area with the elephant Bananza until I accidentally threw a chunk at this spot because I thought it was a fossil and the last blue fucking cunt was taking a shit in that window over there. I don't want to sound like Grumpy Kong, but so far this is the worst layer yet. Being an hour in, we have only gotten 28 out of the 70 bananas, and fossils were doing okay, I guess. With it definitely picking up the pace a little bit, we came across another challenge room, being hot lava hot food. And I was able to cheese it all with the ostrich, like every single thing, so 3 bananas. And after that, the fossils were going strong. I also helped out the puzzle piece this time, being quite easy. With that, I also upgraded my fast charge and my Kong armor, giving us the ability to get the golden punch once we have enough skill points. So I continued on fossil and banana hunting, finding a couple more fossils. I decided that it maybe was time to complete the elephant rehearsal. And we speak to our great elephant elders. She told us to have at least obtained 500 bananas. Ha! You don't need to worry, ma'am. We have for sure enough to attempt the elephant rehearsal. So of course we must keep our eyes peeled for the music disc balloons. And sadly, only 8 bananas. Getting our first balloon fairly easy though, it was off to the next balloon. Keeping my eyes peeled for bananas, I was thinking, so far so good. Now this balloon was tricky, but thanks to this long chunky fella, I got it. Moving on, I also got our first banana, and to our right, I quickly also obtained our second banana. Now moving forward, we do a very simple puzzle solving thingy, and quickly also get our third balloon. Doing some more basic but tedious puzzle solving, because this stupid pillar naughty bitch just wouldn't cooperate at all. I got through it, got the next banana, and this little puzzle for another banana. Moving on with 4 more bananas remaining and 2 balloons, this part was easy, killing these dudes with no problem either. Voila, look at that, a balloon. But I fucked it up because I had no blocks left, so yippee, I had to do it all over again. It's so super fun, yay! These rehearsals are just so fun. I gotta love it, man. Anyway, I made it back, and this time stocked up big time. Now I finished it off this time, and I used the bouncy stuff to get the 4th balloon. Easily moving through this part, I got the 5th banana, and got the 6th easily with this little challenge thingy-majig, and it was off to the last section. Now making a little rock path and turning into jumpy stuff, we make our way over to the other side, and then I jumpify Void's ugly creation of a wall to get the last balloon and get the instrumental song for the Elephant Bananza. And on the other side, I made stone out of lava with the ice cubes, made a path for the ice cubes, stored the little basket for the extra banana, and collecting both, we have completed the rehearsal and gotten all collectibles in it. Upgrading my melon juice capacity by 1, being able to carry 2 now, I of course also can learn the Golden Elephant Bananza skill. And we are back to the base of the layer. We still have 21 bananas to collect and 13 fossils to find. Finding a bunch, and I mean a big time, huge amounts of fossils. Simpler said, completing the fossils. It was off to the last remaining 18 bananas. So I find some bananas and do some mini challenges, and eventually come across this elephant only challenge room, being Elephant Bananza heating up. We find the first banana just up ahead all this lava, then the second is all the way to our left buried in lava, and then straight ahead of course, once again right at the end, is our third banana. Only 11 bananas left to go, we come across our boy Cranky again, find some more bananas, we come across our final challenge room for this layer being Sharpshooter Scramble. And it was fairly easy. We get the first banana by just climbing a wall, and then the second one I cheese with the ostrich bonanza, as per usual. Then a game of patience with just a bunch of waiting and climbing, and the third banana is ours. Right after I find another banana and upgrade our Kong Bananza with the golden punch. And only about 10 minutes later I find the remaining bananas, and with that, the Tempest layer is 100% complete, and we are heading towards the landfill layer, being sub-layer 1000, and now luckily there are only 30 fossils and 27 bananas. With 23 fossils left to go and 17 bananiums left to collect, it was sonar spamming time. And well, the warp gong was right next to a challenge room, being a quick service ice treats. Now we had to get these ice cubes down here as fast as possible and fill up this basket. With other failure the first time, I also realized that I had to do it in 60 seconds for the extra banana. So this one might actually be a little tough. And yes, it was pretty stupid. These ice cubes wouldn't move at all. Well, that was until I realized I had to follow the ice cubes instead of the ice cubes should be following me. Because yeah, it was actually pretty easy. I was just a moron, as per usual. Now the last banana I found while digging through all of the snow underneath, I dug and I dug and I dug and then found the third banana. Now with no struggle I was finding fossils and bananas left and right, the second I left the challenge room. I find a bunch more fossils and here we get another challenge room, being Macy Cave Pop Party. Once again, find 5 balloons, but there are of course 2 hidden bananas as well. I find one behind this metal wall and then I find all the 5 balloons, but before getting the balloon banana, I search for the third banana, and thanks to the sonar, I found it shortly after. Also collecting the balloon banana, we completed this challenge room. I found some bananas and fossils, helped out the puzzle piece once again, and I sucked up a bunch of terrain to give this flower pot sunlight. After that it was a bunch of Bananium Gem and fossil finding. Having completed all the fossils, there were only 2 Bananium Gems left to collect. So I talked to our boy Cranky real quick, and getting the last banana for bragging my smashing rights, we have completed all of the landfill layer. With that, we will now head to the Racing Layer, which has no fossils and only 10 bananas. With 9 left to collect, this shouldn't be too tricky. Getting 2 bananas with just some fighting, our next one is another race, once again against Diddy and Dixie, and we have to do a rowdy race, otherwise we can't get a banana. So it was time to get that racing phase on, and again, I lost by a mile. This time there was mud, so it was way harder, but we ain't giving up. So it was time for another round, and I did even worse. Like way worse. So bad that I just started over. And yes, I was catching on, and fucking hell are we serious. Restart after restart. I was learning and found the craziest shortcut in Rambi racing history, cutting about 40% of the map. I was absolutely kicking their furry asses, and with that, we have beaten Diddy and Dixie, once again getting us the banana. And right after that, I find this zebra-only challenge room where we had to go through the shocking terrain within 40 seconds to get 2 bananas. And with definitely the fair share amount of startovers, I did beat it and got the 2 bananas. With the third being hidden up this pillar, I also upgraded my elephant's lungs and his inhaling. After that, I aced this quiz, this fine fellow head, then I meet up with Cranky for another delicious banana, and last but definitely not least, I fly over to the big cup and fly over to this island all the way over here and get our final banana. And with that, we have completed the racing layer, and we are now heading to the Radiance Layer, with still a whopping 62 bananas left to go and 52 fossils left to find. Radiance is going to be quite the collectathon once again. And oh yes, here we still have to do our final Bananza rehearsal, which is for the Snake Bananza. In no time I find another challenge room, which is really creepy and makes me think of the original Crash Bandicoot. Anyway, it's called Dim Lights in the Darkness, and it's really fucking easy. First banana's right in front of us, now the second one is all the way at the end, so wait, hold on. Where's that extra secret bonus banana? Oh, well, that was simple. Anyway, back to the surface, I find a bunch more bananas and fossils and come across the Snake Bananza challenge room, being Snake Bananza Charged Climb. It is, again, really easy, and the hidden banana is practically hidden in plain sight, so I got all 3 real quick. Moving on to another sub-layer, I find some more bananas and fossils and enter once again a challenge room called Arcade Country, which is based on the original Donkey Kong arcade game, which is sick, dude! But it was also easy as fuck. The hidden banana was once again in plain sight, and the other 2 I just found through progressing, so yeah, that wasn't too difficult. And banana, fossil, and money greedy fucking tree. Look, even the extra rare one-of-a-kind fossil. Some more bananas and fossils further, I decided it would maybe be a good time to start that Snake Bananza rehearsal. We need to have eaten 600 bananas. Well, yeah, we are quite ahead from that, so let's get started. Once again, we must get those 5 balloons and can obtain a total of 9 bananas. The beginning is easy as shit. Man, no trouble at all. Get this balloon hidden in plain sight and we continue onwards. Getting our first banana and our second by just following this trail and climbing this little roof. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And this part is also really easy. We just make holes in this wall for us to jump through and, well, yeah, continue onward. Now this one was a little trickier, but by jumping my way up this explosive, I blow this wall up and get another balloon. And of course a banana. And right after that, also the extra banana. They're really easy to get. Third section, we just move up these platforms that we control by punching up. And with this last one, we don't head up, but we punch it all the way to the right to get the balloon as well. Now the next part felt impossible, until I remembered that slow motion was a thing. So I maxed that out real quick and breezed right through, getting us another banana and the second one in the bonus area with no hassle as well. Now once again, climbing, spamming slowdown time in the second part, and well, yeah, banana. And the bonus banana has just taken these guys out. Oh, and falling down here, the 4th balloon. So it's already off to the last section, where we climb a bunch of ugly void walls. Up, and up, we find the balloon in the distance and use Void's ugly wall to get there and obtain the last balloon. And right at the end, the last Bananium Gem. This was without a doubt the easiest rehearsal yet, which surprised me because I thought it wouldn't be, because, I mean, it's the last one. Now that we have completed all the rehearsals, Pauline can sing much better, she says, but she still doesn't know a new song, and we can learn the Snake Bananza skill thingy now, which is cool. And wait, a new outfit for Pauline? Okay. And should we go deeper or visit the planet core? Deeper, of course. Okay, not really the decision I made, but yeah, I'm sorry, Pauline. We're still going to follow the orders of layers for completion first. So now let's see that new outfit for Pauline. Wait, the diva dress? So I didn't even have to buy that fuck-ass amiibo. Ha! 20 bucks saved and discs can spawn 2 times more likely. But for now we will keep the gold mining gear on because gold is just a tiny bit more important. We'll get those discs near the end. Trust me. So 18 bananas left and 15 more fossils to go. Having no problem getting all of these fossils. With fossils complete, it is time to get the remaining 18 Bananium Gems. So getting a bunch more, and a good solid amount of Bananium Gems, we eventually come across another challenge room, being the Surfing in Shadow room, which was really easy. We surf towards the first balloon, then we use a redstone to surf over to the secret one, and then we get the last one at the very end. Nice! I quickly scour the area for more and more Bananium Gems with us first talking to Cranky, and then we still had to find some in the last sub-layer. But first, we get a challenge room, Strong Shady Clouds. Yeah, not too much to say to be honest. It's once again easy as shit. Getting this banana right here, all I had to do was talk to this fella and show him my smashing skills, and boom! The Radiance Layer is fully completed. So right now, there are only 4 more layers left to go. Up next is the Groove Layer. And I got some fossils and then checked out how many music discs I already had, which was 89 out of the 110. So we were doing really good on those. Also, it was playing the original DK rap from the N64. Sadly enough though, not the full song. Now we still need to get 20 bananas on the Groove Layer and 17 fossils. I couldn't find many and I 0 bananas, so I helped out this fella with his little side quest. He needed me to check up on all these DJs. Aw, look at that, Grumpy Kong was already trying to help out with Poppy. They really switched it up, huh? Oh, that's another 20k. Then I used my Bananza powers to help out these fellas and I beat up some enemies for bananas. Now to get this fella out though, I first had to traverse the entire fucking world to get to this harp, to change it from the jumpy goo to gold. Break it with the snake bonanza and it was time to groove on, which gave me a music disc. I also had to find 4 of these fellers again that were too shy to be on the dance floor. Easiest one so far, but I don't know because, ooh, banana! So now it was just fossils and banana hunting and that went pretty well. So yeah, I was just hunting and sonar spamming for my life. Now we did have one slim problem. If we wanted to get one of those bananas here, we needed to get all of the fossils, and I mean every single last one of them, not just all of the ones from this layer. So we will need to head back later to this layer, once we get all the fossils. Anyway, challenge room time, quests for the top. And well, the name said it, we just had to go upwards, get banana, upwards, another banana, and then even more upwards to get the secret banana. And well, that was the room. Right after we talk to Cranky, I do some more tasks and I find some more bananas and fossils alike. For the first time, I actually got all of the bananas first, and after that, all of the fossils. So with that, we shall return once we've got every single fossil, because yes, of course I was still missing one banana because I can't get it yet because I need every single goddamn fossil. But now, we're going to the biggest layer of the game, which is gonna be a long one, the Feast Layer. So I found a couple of fossils, and it was already time for our first challenge room, the Steady Flow of Salt. It was fairly easy. We used the salt to get rid of these gooey monsters and find the secret banana behind this row of salt. Then just use the snake bonanza and the ostrich to skip over the final bit and get the 3rd banana. Finding a bunch more bananas and fossils, making and exploring my way through the beautiful action-packed Feast Layer, I found a snake-only challenge room, Waves of Walls, and well, there were waves of walls approaching me. What a goddamn surprise. And I found the 2 standard bananas, but that secret one I genuinely had no clue about. Oh wait, no, never mind, it was stuck to the ceiling. Alrighty, back to exploring, and oh, we also need a fashion check again, so 100%ing it right now is not going to be possible, but we will make as much progress as possible. So time for yet another challenge room, Freestyle Bananza City Smash. With failing once, I tried again and again and again and needed 2 more %. Oh my fucking god! 99% first, 98% now 99 game, I am dead fucking serious, you want to see me fail, what the fuck? Eventually got both of them. Now just gotta find that secret one. And it was underneath this movable platform. Easy, finally done with this dumbass. This seriously took me 30 minutes. We are far from done though, we still need a whopping 35 bananas and 27 fossils, including the extra rare one. I am serious though, this layer is stupidly big, you forget where you have even been and where you haven't been. I seriously couldn't keep track and already spending more than an hour on this layer, finding fossils and bananas was going slower and slower. But challenge room, branching track roller coaster. I threw explosive rocks at these signs to change my route and get my first banana. Then at this little waterfall spot, I had to change the route to the right to get the secret banana. And then I blew up some gold and got the final one. Now with a whopping 16 skill points racked up, I upgraded my melon juice capacity to the maximum and the surf allowing us to surf over water with chunks. And the quick storage for the elephant Bananza to get chunks way quicker. Right after I found the extra rare fossil being covered in muck, so getting some salt, I freed it, and yes, that fossil has been found and collected. Finding a bunch more right after, but not too many bananas, we did come across yet another challenge room, the trip-filled towers, and if only they got progressively harder and not just so stupidly easy, you barely do anything. I mean, I'm not judging, it is just more, yeah, it's just, I wasn't expecting it to all be so easy at the end. And ooh, banana, and yes, fossils and fossils, we were getting closer and closer. Also finding one of the Terra Voiders things again, we were actually getting pretty darn close. Like wow, I was finding bananas and fossils left and right. I helped out the puzzle piece and we got 2 more bananas, and right after that everything went uphill and I got all the fossils. Now all I had to do was get the remaining 11 bananas, so I went on hunting banana after banana. Sadly, as I already said before, we couldn't 100% it yet, and yeah, there was only 1 left to collect. But I bought out the entire fossil store, something we still need to do on other layers. Oh god, I forgot about that. With the feast layer being almost 100% completed, we will be going off to the last 2 final layers, which are both a teensy bit smaller but still have some bananas and definitely some fossils left over for us. So strap in for this finale, because once we complete those, we of course still gotta head back to different layers to complete everything, because we haven't completed every layer yet. And we also need to do the Kong Bananza rehearsal again for the 5 balloons, of course, to finish up the discs overall. Anyway, off to the Forbidden Layer. With still 21 bananas remaining and 21 fossils, we were starting off with Slippery Soaking Shuffle. And all I really have to say for this one is Ostrich Bananza. The so-called secret extra banana was just hidden in plain sight, so no difficulty at all. Anyway, exploring the Forbidden Layer, I find a handful of fossils and Bananium Gems in quite a short period of time. Finding a fossil behind the Lost in the Shuffle challenge room, it was a quick time challenge where the blocks kept shuffling really quickly. Now there was a minecart section where I just had to get these 5 balloons to get the bonus banana, and at the end our final 3rd one. Right after I got some more bananas of fossils and then find this ostrich only challenge room being Ostrich Bananza free climbing. But at this point I've become a god of the ostrich and easily went through it all. Found the secret banana behind this flowery wall and voila, all 3 bananas found. Once again back on the layer, I find a bunch of collectibles and very quickly completing the fossils, we had 6 more bananas left to go in the Forbidden Layer. So getting those very quickly, getting the final one from our boy Cranky, we get better inhaling for the Elephant Bananza, the better collecting upgrades, and the Meteor Punch for the Snake Bananza. And look at that! Look how close we are to completing the whole skill tree. Emptying out the fossil store, we have now 100%ed all of the Forbidden Layer. So, the final layer, the planet core. Once we complete that, we are nearing a full 100% completion. Only needing 14 more bananas and 34 more fossils, I was off once again, scouring every nook and cranny for the final fossils and Bananium Gems. Now I did forget that this layer had a whopping 9 sub-layers. Not all too big, but still 9 layers. It was honestly not too difficult of a layer. This multiple wave mini boss fight packed a little punch, but I got through it pretty quickly, also earning some music discs. Right after, the collectibles did not hold back. Banana and fossil finding skills had developed to the maximum. Nothing was stopping me at this point. Fossils, bananas, I was popping off. I found the extra rare 8-bit Donkey Kong, and pretty quickly I met up with Cranky one final time and had completed all the fossils. Every single one of them from all of the layers. But I was missing 2 more bananas. Guess we shall have to head to the planet core one more time. So here goes nothing. Heading once again into the planet's core, communicating with the Bananium roots, we ask him for a song idea. But Pauline is a creative pain in the ass and wants to figure it all out on her own. So except for letting the gods do its work, which I guess is somewhat understandable, we talk to this eel and he talks about a show, and then this huge fucking eel comes and just starts vibing. He means no harm. The Great Harmony, casually blasting a groovy jam. He apologizes for swallowing Pauline before, but we can't judge him, he was under Void's mind control. Anyway, we ask him for help for a song for Pauline, and he would love to help us, but we have to jump into his windpipe. And as we jump in, we can get our final 2 bananas. Now, traversing these thorny vines was a lot more difficult than I thought, but then I realized something. We were also able to get 5 music disc balloons in this area. So we had to lock in and be sure to get all 5. Now getting the first balloon was very easy. The rest of the course was very far from easy, but I did eventually make it through. Here I went through these spike balls, broke this wall for a second balloon, and sadly enough died. Okay, so wait, what? No. You start all the way from the beginning again? Oh shit! This is going to be tough. Anyway, I once again make it to the spiky balls, and this time I did make it across, thanks to the best combo in existence. Snake Bananza, Ostrich Bananza. It's peak shit, seriously. Anyway, third section, we punch this balloon thingy a dozen times, dodge some enemies, and get our first banana. Continuing on, moving through the moving glowstone, I use the Snake Bananza to get the third balloon and breeze off to the next section. We grind over this railing with a slowly breaking chunk, dodge these enemies, and at the end there is a barrel to get the fourth balloon. Then we get into the barrel and blast our way to the next section, a 2D section, and sadly enough, I die. And yes, start all the way back at the beginning. All of this, every single bit, needs to be done in one try. Now, I am no sanity expert, as you may know, but I do know that this is maybe not good for my mental health. Luckily, not having to focus on any balloons this time, I was locked in, and knowing slightly what to do, I got through it decently quick. So I was back to the 2D rolling barrels. Using my Bananza powers very strategically, I got the balloon without taking a single hit throughout the first part and got the music disc. Now I just had to run over this water part with the zebra and jam out with all the other elders. What possibly could go wrong? Ah, shucks, I died. Wonder if I have to do it all over again. Maybe when I click retry, I might have to do it all over again. Now that's physically can't fucking be! Okay, made it back, can't fail this time. Seriously, done with this dumbass shit. Oh! No, yes, holy shit, Nintendo, thank you, holy fuck no, thank you so much, our last big banana bunch, and yes, we get the golden vacuum for the Elephant Bananza, vibe with all the grandpas and grandmamas that went through our journey with us together, oh my god, I'm tearing up, and well, Pauline figures out her brand new song. The eel spits us back out, and we must head back to the surface. Well, we can't do that in peace now, because yes we, have 100%ed all of the planet core. All bananas and fossils, with only 7 Bananium Gems left in total. We are so close to the end game, it is honestly insane. But first, we empty out the shop and wear the sickest rip DK has ever worn. Now back to the surface we go. We first get granted another music disc, with only needing 4 more, which one of them still being the one from the Kong Bananza Elder. Anyway, we actually head to the surface this time, thanks to the Bananium roots. This time, no Rool drama, we get yet another credits, being, well, the exact same as far as I figured. So while listening through the sick-ass Disney song once again, I realized I was getting stupidly close to finishing this absolute masterpiece of a video game. We do make it to the surface once again, and we get this still image of Pauline having a concert and DK smiling in the back like a happy, proud fellow. And well, we're back to the title screen. Honestly, a little bit of a disappointing secret ending, but sure, whatever, the game is just too good to judge such a small detail. Clicking continue, we also just head back to the planet core, so there truly is nothing else. Well, except for 7 more Bananium Gems left to collect. With the first 3 still being in Ingot Isle, so let's see what's left over there. Wow, we're all the way back to Ingot Isle. I'm still surprised you're watching, but I'm happy you're still watching. I get the first banana by being dressed in gold. God damn it, look at that DK. Wait, what? It's not golden enough for you? You dick, he's made out of gold. I put on the banana energy tie, and yes, there we go. Nice, we're decked out in gold and get the banana. Up next was paying just a little small price to Grumpy Kong. It's only 120,000 gold, so yeah. There goes seriously everything. But the whole town is fixed up. But there's more. Poppy Kong gives us some new neckwear, and Grumpy felt like including just a little extra, you know. A full gold-plated Donkey Kong statue. Not all too insane. No. It's fucking dope. Look at this thing. Anyway, on top of it, we find another banana, but we were still missing one. Having a tiny bit of fun just punching through that statue and stuff. Seriously, how do I get that last banana? Oh wait, it's right there. It's on a crane. Couldn't we just get this before? With Ingot Isle completed, Lagoon Layer completed, Hilltop Layer completed, Canyon Layer completed, we still needed an outfit check in the Divide. So I put on the traction, breeches, pants, and used the monochrome split fur to get the final banana in the Divide. With completing the freezer layer by buying the rest of the fossil shop stock, we buy the rest of the stock in the forest layer to also have completed that one. Then we already have finished the junction. For the resort layer, we must also get another fashion banana, so for this one, we wear the aqua blue fur, the soggy cravat, and the swimming breeches. Showing off to our fella, we get the last banana and complete the resort layer. Buying the whole stock over on the Tempest layer, thereby completing it. We do the same for the landfill layer. Of course, I completed all the racing layer. Emptying out the Radiance Layer store, we get our final banana over on the groove layer once we bought every single outfit. So emptying out the store on the groove layer itself, we get the final banana, thanks to our complete fossil collection. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, we head to the feast layer to get our final Bananium Gem. So putting on the burn-proof breeches, then the yellow Tempest coat for Pauline, we, yes we, us, you, me, we, get the final Bananium Gem. And with that, you may say we completed 100% of Donkey Kong Bananza, but something was still bothering me. No, not the couple remaining music discs and the Kong Bananza rehearsal. I had no problem doing that right after this. No, it was that my skill tree wasn't completed, even though I got all Bananium Gems. So I decided to buy a lot of bananas, but I ran out of Bananium chips before I could max out DK stats. So what now? Well, believe me, I will get the remaining bananas to get the skill tree done. How? Well, I'll show you. But first, we shall do the Kong Bananza rehearsal. And for your information, I still need a total of 38 bananas. Yes, I still had to buy a whopping 38 bananas to max out the skill tree. God, what am I doing to myself now? But let's just first do that Kong rehearsal. I quickly put on the Bananium chip bolo because we are going to need those chips. Put back on the Bananium gold fur because it just looks fire. Give DK the girded breeches, pure for style, and wore the diva dress for Pauline, also just for style because, I mean, we're gonna find those last 3 music discs without a problem. But who cares? Look at these motherfuckers. 10ers! 10 out of 10ers! Anyway, Kong Bananza rehearsal. Once again to quickly get that music disc. Now somehow, once I fight these goons, the ones before the first balloon, I get all of the 3 remaining music discs. Well, not somehow, probably because I'm just wearing the diva dress, but now I only need to get this Kong Bananza instrumental disc and I am done! So yeah, let's finish up this music disc right here, right now. So I kill this croc on top of this pillar for the first balloon. Then in the second section with the big lava area, I blow the bombs up and break down this concrete to find the second balloon. The third balloon, we just break these thorns and get it, very simple. The fourth one we find in this pillar that we can only break with the armadillo spinny thingy-majig, so we use that to our advantage and get the fourth balloon. And off to the final one. We just play through the entire rest of the rehearsal. I find it at the end in a wall over here and have 110 out of 110 music discs found. So yes, with that, we have honestly 100%ed all of Donkey Kong Bananza. Some may say you need all the smashing stats. I would say you need to smash that subscribe button and eat a dick, because we are not doing that, alright buddy? But yes, I will be getting all of the remaining upgrades for Donkey Kong. Officially, you don't have to do that, as far as I read. But grinding some more Bananium chips for the upcoming hours should be fun, right? We only need 5,000 of them. Here we go, I guess. So I went to Ingot Isle to start grinding the mini-boss rushes for the Bananium chips. Having done that for a short time, I figured that this mini-boss in Canyon Layer was way more optimal. So I just beat him up, auto-collect the Bananium chips, start over, rinse and repeat every single time, over and over and over and over. So after beating Squealoids for, yes, more than an hour, I got 4,800 Bananium chips. This should be enough. So heading back to the chip exchange vendor, I, yes me, bought 48 fucking Bananium Gems. And I was indeed able to get all of the remaining upgrades. So with that, we have officially 100%ed all of Donkey Kong Bananza. This is all fashion pieces, all Bananium Gems, all fossils, every single music disc, and all upgrades unlocked and obtained. Smashing stats just make no fucking sense to me. And if you expected that, well, lower your expectations, pal, because this took over 50 hours, and Donkey Kong stuffed himself up with a whopping 1,000 bananas for your entertainment. Or, I don't think he actually minded, though. Oh, and according to Nintendo, I did do 100%. Because look, 3 stars on my save file. Yeah,